Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing? I hope everybody's well. On this lovely Saturday evening, well, it's kind of middling. It's deciding if what's the rain or not. It's raining and it's sunny at some stages, so it doesn't quite know what to do. Basically, that's what that way. So we have a bit to talk about more about the European, not the European election. We're talking about the elections in Northern Ireland, the elections in England, just to talk about it, because the Tories, as we all kind of knew, they would get a white trash. Now, to be totally honest, I'm not that fond of the Labour Party. I'm not that fond of the Conservative Party. I'm not fond of Reform UK. I'm not that fond of any of the political parties, I suppose, in the House of Commons. That's what I to put it in the best way possible. I'm not that fond of it. So, yeah, that's nice, isn't it? But I suppose, again, it's not my choice, it's the British people's choice. But we will talk about all that. That's the majority of stuff nearly tonight. Let me just see what we're going to start with. I suppose we start with Scotland. I want to just briefly talk about Scotland and then we'll go on to the rest of it. But that's mainly the main thing tonight. The general election in the United Kingdom. And a few other stories, of course. But that's the main thing, really, just to talk about it. Because it's quite a big trash in the garden. Hopefully, again, particularly the Scotland's case, the Scottish National Party did terribly, basically, let's put it that way, and got sent back to the Stone Age. What the fuck is happening here? Sorry, I'm just looking at something on Twitter here. What is this? Yeah. Yes. I mean, I should always have a bit of paper with me. Maybe try to answer. Yeah. So we see. Anyway, good to them getting my hair cut and the shave and all that. This will be coming. Especially my hair, would you believe, only have it cut really a month and a bit, and it's already a nuisance. It's going into my eyes, etc., etc. And obviously my beard's a bit too long, too, so it needs to be given a trim, etc., etc. So, but see, when you're working, etc., etc., during the week, etc., you find it hard, and then when you get to the weekend, you're tired and you have things to do. It's not easy now to find all this time to do. But definitely, anyway, this week I'll be getting it trimmed. I've already my appointment made in with the hairdresser. So hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully no disruption. Shouldn't be any disruption. But anyway, we'll give it a few minutes anyway for notifications. The rest, we are a minute or two early and before 9, so we'll probably, I don't know what time, probably say 10:30 or so, we've got finished tonight. We'll see how we get on. It was I know it's very unusual to be at this time of the night. Usually it would be 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, not usually this time. So give me 2 seconds just so the look at this email. Always things happen when I'm live. I could sit here for 2 hours, but if I'm not live, and nothing would happen. Give me a moment. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. Hello, Shawnee. How are we keeping? How are we keeping well? How are we keeping this Saturday night? All good now. It was not all good before. It's all good now. But that's good anyway. It's a tower. This time last month, I was on the plane to Helsinki into Finland. Like this day last month, basically. It wasn't now. It was very late now. It was going into the next morning, basically. So, yeah, an hour or two, it would have been a month, would you believe, since I was there. Yeah, we'll go. There's a lot to talk about later on, and that there's about 50 things to talk about. That's mainly the thing we'll be talking about tonight. There's other stuff, of course, but that's the main topic really at the moment. Just talking about. We're just giving it a few minutes because YouTube notifications, etc., etc. And obviously, I said 9 o'clock, a few minutes early. So we give it a few minutes for people to go in because I'd be mid conversation saying something, and then people come in. What are you talking about? You know, that's why I just usually give it a few seconds. That's it. I suppose it's a lot more quicker compared to here, but I don't know. I don't think it's a lot more fairer, but it's a lot quicker, but it's not fair really at the end of the day. Even though I'm not that fond of any of the political parties, to be totally honest. A lot of people would say they're fond of Reform UK, Nigel Farage, etc. I don't have anything personally against them, but it's the fact that the Reform UK, if they got in the morning, they would send everybody to Ireland, because that's basically what they've said in the past. We should send them all to Ireland. Any migrants that come to England, we should send them all to Ireland. So for that reason, I would take the not in government, because we would have 10 times worse. But we get into that all. But basically, that's what they would nearly do if they got in. Yeah, like the Reform UK got 4 million. I will admit, even though I don't particularly like them for what they want to do, but they got 4 million, something like that, votes. And they only ended up with 5 seats. I think 5 seats, yeah. So that's a good bit. And I think the Lib Dems, the other part of the Lib Dems, got 70 something seats. And they got 3 million votes. So I don't know. I suppose it's the first, whoever gets first over the line. You know the way here, you get, if you meet the quota, etc., you get elected. And then you fight, for over votes. Whatever votes you have left over are distributed to the other candidates. And that's really how it works here. It's all about vote distribution, That's all it's about. Like, if a candidate doesn't meet the quota, they're eliminated and the votes get distributed to other people. That's the way the Irish system works. Yeah, I know that, but we don't want we don't want another country sending more coming. If that makes any sense, I agree with you on that. Yeah, but it's the fact of the matter: along with them lunatics in power, you would have more coming, basically, because they would just accept them. Let's put it that way. Yeah, we're totally honest. Like the Conservative Party, really fuck themselves. Let's put it that way. It's nobody else's fault but themselves. You've seen with Boris Johnson, you've seen with Liz Truss, particularly Liz Truss. She came in and wrecked the whole economy. And then you remember Partygate, etc. Like they basically brought it upon themselves. So I have no sympathy for them because they brought it upon themselves. And then you had Richie Sunak and the D-Day celebrations leaving early to do a TV interview. Like they really don't care. I mean, thankfully the people showed them the door, and hopefully the people in Ireland take a leaf out of that and show Fianna Fáil Gael the door in the next election. But hopefully it will happen. But we see, because yeah, he's an independent now. He's on good terms with the Labour Party. But good to see. Obviously good to see an independent get in into the House of Commons, etc., etc. But yeah, they brought it upon themselves the Conservative Party. It's the wrong fault. And then obviously contracts to their friends, etc., etc. It's just not on what they were up to, basically. So they brought it upon themselves. So they have nobody else to blame but themselves. That's the thing. So, and that's reflected, and people are not happy with them because, yeah, we can't show anybody the door. But the main purpose too, and I say this with the Conservative Party, the main purpose of leaving the European Union was the control of their borders to make their own decisions. And we only seen one person was deported to Rwanda. They got rid of the Rwanda scheme now. But the only deported, he was paid to go to Rwanda. Basically, the Conservative Party promised they would control the borders and they didn't do it. Yeah, well, we can show people if we had backbone. You could tell people we just don't watch it, like Conway's doing, etc., etc. If we had backbone in politicians and they wouldn't control by the European Union, etc., etc., we could do anything, But it's the fact of the matter they're not willing to stand up and be counted, basically. Let's put it that way. The politicians, like Simon Harris, etc., etc. Because you see in Hungary, they're not going to bow down. They're going to do their own thing regardless of what the European Union says. Then you see in Denmark too, they haven't adopted the European Migration Pact. They're doing their own thing. They're not going to be told what to do. Because they have a bit of backbone. The Irish politicians don't have any backbone. But anyway, we get into it anyway. I suppose we get into it. So where should we start? So we're supposed to start with the Scottish National Party. Now, you know about Nicola Sturgeon, I'm sure, and her shenanigans along with her husband. So this tyrant, technically he got the boot. He's not a politician anymore. He got the boot. So the Scottish National Party, so this is the party that was Scottish independence. So the last time in 2019 they had 48 seats, which they've done very, very well, let's be fair, in the last election. 48 seats is very good in Scotland, just in Scotland, etc., etc. But look at this, what happened to them. Because again, guess what they brought in Scotland under this fellas? Well, guess, and this is the Fianna Fáil Fianna Gael. If you want to save yourselves, look at this. Because they brought in the hate speech bill in Scotland, and he was the fellow that, and he was the most reported fellow in Scotland for hate speech, the Prime Minister of Scotland, because he was literally saying everybody that's white is a danger to society. Nearly, that's what he was coming out with, basically. In Scotland, would you believe? But what I'm trying to say is, the people of Scotland showed he's not there anymore, because I'm sure he would know. He would have been obliterated into the next century. Because of this, and this is to do with the hate speech bill too, and a lot of other stuff in Scotland too. But particularly when you see from 48 seats they had, they only have 8 seats now. So if Fianna Fáil and Fianna Gael want to go down this route of passing the hate speech bill, you're welcome to do so. This would be the number you'll get in the Dáil and Senate. This is all you're going to get if you dare pass this hate speech bill. Because that's one thing that a lot of people in Scotland didn't like, is the hate speech bill, and the fact that this fellow here was lecturing them on what they should be doing as Scottish people, what they should be saying, policing them, etc., etc. And not even that, then they were very under-resourced, etc., etc. in Scotland, because the Conservative government didn't really care about Scotland. So it's a lot of other reasons, but the Scottish National Party, people weren't happy with them. You can see it here. This doesn't show happiness with the party. This shows that you've done something utterly wrong and you got the boot. So, but again, Fianna Fáil, Fianna Gael, if you want to destroy yourselves, bring in this hate speech bill, and I can guarantee you 8 seats left in the whole country. Because again, I'm sure the Scottish National Party didn't think people would show them the door in this way, but they have. So, Hello, Greenface. How are we doing? Yeah, well, I don't know what the will. Because again, this fella here, what I'm trying to say is, in Scotland they had a hate speech bill. They only brought it in a few months ago. This was the fella here. You probably know of him. They brought in the hate speech bill, and the Scottish National Party brought it in. Because this fellow was the most reported fellow too for hate speech. Imagine the fellow who brought in the hate speech, the most reported fellow for hate speech. Very ironic. But long story short, if Fianna Fáil, Fianna Gael bring it in here, this is what's going to happen to them. They're not going to exist. Basically, they're going to be set back to the Stone Age, which they should be set back to the Stone Age. But again, this is just a warning for Fianna Fáil, Fianna Gael. This is what happens when you annoy people. Again, as I say, 48 seats in 2019, 8 seats today. That's all they have. So Scottish independence for the moment is dead in the water. So that's all I say. Yeah, and then Nicola Sturgeon didn't have matters too, but this fellow too, nobody liked him. As I say, the amount of reports they got for bringing the hate speech bill against him was ridiculous. Something like 78,000 reports for man being over hate speech, etc., etc. But so it's not much loss. Thankfully, he didn't stand, but it's not much loss. So maybe we're going to be talking about the British general election here, because it's very significant. As it says here, you see, this is London. This is the areas in London, and the areas around London. As you see here, good morning, London. Not a single Tory seat in the city, like not a single in London, in the London area, the Greater London area. The first time since 1870, not 1970, 1870. That's how significant it is. This is insane. Not one seat in London, like in the outskirts there is, but not even in the London area. Like since 1870. That's nearly back in Jack the Ripper's time, in 1870, in the American Civil War. Queen Victoria was the queen. Victoria, yeah. So long time ago, so nearly over 200 or so years ago. So this really tells you all you need to know, but people weren't happy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 1870. The American Civil War was just over too. 1865. You have to go back that far, because this tells you a lot. Look at that. Since 1870, they haven't won, not even one seat in London, in the central London, in the outskirts to do. But in the central London. Imagine that. Like, that's insane. This goes to show you that you really have pissed people off when you see that kind of carry on. Because that's not even like, imagine, I wouldn't mind if it was 1970, right? You say, fair enough. But 1870, this goes to show you that the Conservative Party are probably pretty much done for now in the next few years. They're going to just be got rid of. They're not going to exist. But again, at the end of the day, they brought it upon themselves. That's the end thing. Yeah, I know they got very sure compared to Tony Blair, etc., etc. But still, yeah, no, I think a lot of people just like the thing that happened going phase. You've seen it constantly. If you look at the election results, there was Reform candidates and then there was Conservative Party candidates, and the Conservative Party candidates and the Reform candidates. People didn't know who to vote for, so the vote was split. I've seen in many areas in England where there was a Reform candidate and then there was a Conservative candidate, and the Conservative candidate would get 4,000 votes, and the Reform candidate would get 8,000 votes, would get more votes, would split the vote compared to if there was no Reform candidate, the Conservative Party would get all them votes to get over the line. But it was the fact of the matter, the Reform UK took the majority of votes off the Conservatives, so split the vote. That's what happened. And then not even that, a lot of people were just sick of the Tory party. Like, there was people literally that voted the Tories all their life, and they couldn't vote this. They didn't want to vote for the Conservatives. But again, to be totally honest, I wouldn't have voted for any of them if I was there. But I just want to show you this too. Now, this is the first time probably in my history, in any history of any country. This is the first, which, actually, no, it's a fact check. It hasn't post this photo of an error on the BBC. Oh, so it's an error. I was wondering because I was going to say this is for this person here. One vote, as it says here, was an error on the BBC. So 1,800, yeah. Never mind. So thank you, fact checkers. That's why we should have fact checkers, So never mind that. That's that. So the other bad news is in Northern Ireland, obviously Northern Ireland elects MPs to the House of Commons. Sinn Féin basically ran away with it in Northern Ireland. Not really any surprise there, because obviously the DUP are not doing too well at the moment, with their former leader, Jeffrey Donaldson, under huge scrutiny at the moment for what he'd done in the past. So Sinn Féin is now the largest party in the Northern Ireland executive and local government, and in the House of Commons. So they've got, even though they don't sit in the House of Commons, but they're still the largest. So Sinn Féin is basically the largest. So Sinn Féin is basically in control of all of Northern Ireland. Let's put that way at this stage, because the DUP, the unionist side in Northern Ireland, is fractured, and they don't know what to do, because they voted to remain in the European Union, and a lot of people are distant now with the United Kingdom. So there's huge fractions. Because this would never been imagined 60 years ago that this could have happened. Sinn Féin to be the largest party. But obviously Sinn Féin, not the best crowd, let's put it that way. As you've seen in the recent elections here, they got trashed into the next... well, didn't get trashed that bad, but people didn't vote them in the way they thought they would get voted in. But Sinn Féin basically just left these, what open borders, etc., etc. I love that, Fiona. But so Sinn Féin, it's sad to see, but again, I don't know really who else, because again, the DUP are fractioned. Then you have they have another unionist party, what they call it. You have another unionist party taking over for the DUP now. So again, the vote's been split there. Ian Paisley's son, I'm sure people have heard about Ian Paisley's son. For the last 50 years, there was a DUP seat in that area, North Antrim, wasn't it? Antrim, yeah, North Antrim. There's been a DUP seat. And obviously, Ian Paisley back in the day had the seat in the Democratic Unionist Party. That has not happened. Sinn Féin won that seat. I know it was Sinn Féin, I think, or the other Unionist Party. But long story short, Ian Paisley's son got the boot after 50 years of them owning that seat, I suppose we'll call it. So that was pretty unexpected, but I didn't expect that either, so to be totally honest. So people are not happy with the Unionist Party in Northern Ireland either. But the other big news is for the Tories, they've lost all those seats in Wales. Every seat they had, not one seat left in Wales, just to say in the whole place of Wales. not one. So we can see that nobody's happy. Nobody was happy with the Conservative Party, because when you see that literally you don't have any seat in one country, then you've done something very, very wrong. Like not even one. They wiped the whole lot of them. I think it was 14 or 15 of them, and not even one survived. That's what I'm trying to say. Not one of them survived. So they just kind of got obliterated. On vacation. Oh well, very good, John. I hope the weather's good there in Spain. Good to see you in Spain. Hope the weather's keeping you. Hope the weather's nice and sunny. Hopefully, it's not raining though, like that, because that'd be typical of someone an Irish person was going to Spain and just rain. But hopefully, the weather's good. Um, but yeah, as I say, doing something very wrong when you see, like literally lost every seat. Hopefully this is Fianna Fáil Fine Gael. Hopefully now in a few months' time we'll be sitting here. Fianna Fáil Fine Gael lost every seat in the country. Not likely to happen, but it could. You know. Also, the first time in 100 years, a former prime minister has got the boot. Here's the results. It was close enough. This is in Liz Truss. I'm sure you remember Liz Truss that destroyed the Conservative Party, which wrecked the UK economy too. It wasn't by much. As you can see here, 11,000. Liz Truss got 11,217. The Labour Party got 11,008. So it was very close. But still, nonetheless, as a former prime minister, of any party, right? As a former prime minister or cabinet minister or whatever, you should not even have to sweat. Basically, you should just be re-elected. Just click. Basically, you shouldn't have to even sweat. But again, the first time in 100 years that a prime minister's lost their seat, not a sitting prime minister, but a former prime minister, which is another record because again, 100 years is a long time ago. So and not by much, but still, nonetheless, as a former prime minister, you shouldn't even have to worry about getting in. Of course, this, but hopefully improves tomorrow. Of course, it will. But hopefully the weather gets. As long as you're enjoying yourself, anyway, even though the weather's bad, as long as you're enjoying looking around, etc., then that's good. But hopefully the weather will improve. It'd be nice to have some sunny weather. But yeah, no, what I was saying about the former prime minister, like, look at the woman behind me. She didn't even campaign for herself in Chapel, etc. And she got 36,000 votes. Didn't even campaign, and she got overwhelmingly elected. So, that's where it should be. And even if she went now, she would still get overwhelmingly elected. Let's put it that way. Oh, very good. Yeah, there was your brother. Oh, you have the whole family there. Yeah, it's been a pretty rainy day. Not too bad. It's not been too bad here, but it's been not the best. But again, just to say, again, Liz Truss. I don't know how she even got into politics in the first place, but obviously people weren't happy with Liz Truss reasons. Now, so I was talking about Reform UK. Reform UK done well for a small party. They have 5 MPs now in the House of Commons. But this candidate for Great Yarmouth in the United Kingdom has said that he's willing to donate all of his MP salary, which isn't much. Irish TD gets more than the MEP. He's willing to donate to charity. So if he does, again, take my hat off him, of course. But I don't know, because again, I don't know will they. They mightn't. But if he does do it, then fair play to him, because there's a lot, and this goes back to everything really. Like Michael D. Higgins, and I take him and Michael D. Higgins here for a second. Michael D. Higgins sits in the House Nuclear on as the president on a €500,000 a year, $500,000. Just think about that. And he has a professor's salary. He has a TD's pension, etc. He doesn't need He doesn't need that €500,000 a year. Let's put it that way. He doesn't need it. He generally doesn't need it. He has a big TD salary, and then he has a salary from his professor days as a professor. He doesn't need the money. Basically, he doesn't need that €500,000. So he should give it back to the Irish Exchequer, but he won't. So it'd be good to see because Donald Trump, when he was president, didn't take the money because he didn't need it. He was a multi-billionaire. He didn't need the money. So if he doesn't need the money, then if he's willing to do it, then fair play to him. So hopefully, we see what happens there. I keep an eye on it. I don't know. Well, hopefully so. Hopefully so. We'll see what happens in the next general election. But Sinn Féin is not the party it used to be anyway. Uh, because again, you've seen the last local elections here. Uh, like Sinn Féin just basically open doors, etc., etc. They don't want borders. You know, they're just basically Marxists now. They're not really. They don't really care about what have we done it now. Um, it's very different compared to the old days, basically, Sinn Féin. But yeah, no, what I was trying to say about Michael Higgins, he doesn't need that €500,000 a year, and he's still getting €500,000. He doesn't need it. He has a big pension as a TD. When he was a TD for the Labour Party, he doesn't need the money. That's what I'm trying to say. He doesn't need it. He's a multi-billionaire. He owns properties, etc. He doesn't need it. That's what I'm saying. So why should he take it? Because he's multi. I think it's 12 to 13 million in wealth he has. He doesn't really need it. Yeah, and we were all like that at one stage. We all were taken in by Sinn. I admit myself, uh, back in the day, I was a supporter of Sinn Féin. Everybody, if you talk to anybody as a nationalist now, they would have been tucked in by Sinn Féin. Everybody was at one stage. We have to admit it. We all were taken in. We were taken down the garden part, and we thought there were the bees knees, etc., etc. When obviously when you look around the party, etc., etc. So I wouldn't blame. Nobody's to blame because we were all taken by down the garden path by Sinn Féin. Yeah, as a senator to do, and they don't need the money, and they have a big house there. They don't need it. They don't need a $500,000. And again, Joe Biden gets 300,000 a year, and he gets a $500,000. I don't know why he gets 200,000 extra. Like they don't need it. That's what I'm trying to say. So in fairness, if that MP does do it, then in fairness to them, because not many people will do it. Now, I just want to talk about this. So this is down just at Con Smith's Park there beside Cavan Institute. Now, this is a professional tree cutter. So the Cavan Tidy Town's got him. So as you can see with his chainsaw, etc., so he's doing tree cabins. Now, they're very good. As you can see here, look at this. A nice animal. I think this is a porcupine, I think, or whatever you call them. But you can see the tree cabin, very well done. Like he had to carve with a chainsaw. As you see, it's a chainsaw. He's using the chainsaw. Like imagine how difficult that is to try and carve that. So it's incredibly good. As you see here with the owl, etc., etc. And you can see them too. It's up by Con Smith's Park there beside Cavan Institute. I'm going whenever I get a chat, I look at them myself. But they're very good. Oh, like look at the detail on that by chainsaw, etc., etc. Like obviously a lot of work, etc., etc. And you see the man with these multiple chainsaws. Like he's using chainsaws. He's using nothing else but chainsaws to do it. So in fairness, he knows his craft. Because look at the detail. Like just by using the chainsaw, look at this. Like you have to say he's very gifted in doing it, and he's well worth whatever the council are paying him, etc., etc. And it's very good, obviously, because it'd be a local landmark now. So obviously, it's very, very good to see. Because again, I'm sure everybody agreed they're very well done. Like this is well done. They're very well done. There's other ones too. He's still there, I think, doing a few others. But they are well done. What's his name again? Wait, sorry. No, this is yeah. I don't think he's from Cavan. Oh, he's a Lithuanian. Yeah, the Lithuanian. Yeah, he's a Lithuanian. But he's not. He's not living in Cavan. He's living somewhere else because I know because somebody said that they had to get him somewhere. But still, nonetheless, he's doing a good job. It's very well done. I think he came from somewhere Galway or something like that. He lives in Galway, so but I don't know exactly. But I'd say here actually. I don't know actually, but he's not from. Yeah, Lone. Yeah, besides the Patrick School, yeah. He's not from. He's not like living in Cavan. He's somewhere else. He still was a good job now. I couldn't do it. Yeah, like he's doing other stuff too. But I just thought to show you that because it's pretty cool now, in fairness. Uh, now, this is breaking news from today. I don't really know what happened, but this is where this is along the Grand Canal in Dublin. This is where they have TEDs too. Migrants have TEDs, etc., etc. So I don't know what happened. Why they ended up two people are dead in the water in the Grand Canal. I don't understand what happened. To be told, in the 40s anyway. So I don't get it. They could have drowned. Um, Nobody seems to know photography, etc., done. But I don't really know what happened. It'd be different if it was one person's body. I don't know why two bodies would be in the same place. So I suppose we know more soon, but obviously very sad. So I don't know. Maybe they were out swimming. One of them got into difficulty. The other fellow jumped out to save him, and I don't know. I suppose we won't speculate on it, but I don't know what this could have been. To be totally honest. Yeah, she's still in the Senate. Yeah, she's still in the Shandy. Yeah, she's still there. Yeah, because for Cavan Day, she said to she's still there. Yeah, she's still there. Yeah, she's still in the Senate. As far as I know, she's still there. And that was 2 years ago. So she's still there, yeah, because that's in the Shan election. So she's still a senator. But still, nonetheless, even if she wasn't there, she'd be getting big money somewhere else. So you can see, we talk about this at the abortion rally. The mainstream media are saying this is a disgrace to them. They want to protect children's lives. That's more or less what the media is saying here. I know. Yeah, she's still there. Yeah. Yeah, so this is bullshit, to be putting it lightly. Cavan is the most fashionable town in Ireland. I don't know what kind of fucking clown is doing this, but the locations of the high. Well, it appears Cavan is the fashion state. The country is the county most trendy town in Ireland. Then was that like what? Like who's smoking? Like who is generally smoking? Because nobody in Cavan would pay fucking 500 to 600 for these fashion bags. Like you found a bag. Like you mean to tell me some Cavan woman or Cavan man is going to go out and spend their fucking communion money on these fucking bags in Dublin or something like that? You really telling me straight with a straight face that the Cavan person spending this amount of money on this? Like I think the Northern Sound here and whoever else done this fucking thing is smoking crack, or whichever journalist wrote this is smoking crack. To be totally honest, because nobody would agree with you. Nobody would agree with you on this. And there's literally nothing to state. Like the same from Google, but there's literally no journalism. It's just like we got it from Google, and that's it. There you go. It's true. It's no fact check or nothing. Where's the fact checkers? No bother, John. Enjoy the rest of the night. But yeah, so, like this is the bullshit I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of bullshit, but this, especially because this is the thing. It doesn't go on to say we interviewed loads of people on the street, and they say this, but this and this and that, and they're just like, no, this is true. It's great. So what do we think? Do we think Cavan is the most fashionable county in Ireland? Because I think bollocks. They put it straight to you. Hello, Tony. Good evening. Good afternoon. Now, what was the other thing? I briefly talked about this actually before I move on. Yeah, have a lovely time in Spain anyway, John. Hope the weather takes up a bit now in the next few days. Yeah, not one. That's what I'm saying. It's not one, but I disagree immensely. Like I'm not agreeing with it. I'm disagreeing immensely with it. Now, I'm sure people heard about this. It was a big, huge rally basically pro-life rally in Dublin. As you, just to say too, just when I'm talking about this, because I meant to talk about actually the other stream. So in Ireland, I think it was this year, it's on record to be 10,000 something children after been aborted. Oh no, in 2023, sorry. Not, and this year it's supposed to be even more. I think it's supposed to be 12,000 something like that. It's going to be a lot, let's put it that way. So in 2023. This year is supposed to be a lot more. It could be 12 to 15,000. I can't remember because we're saying it's going up more than it is. And back in the time of the abortion referendum, etc., the government said it would be a rare thing. It wouldn't be happening 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we have TDs in Dáil Éireann and from the Social Democrats and Sinn Féin, the pro-nationalist party, supposedly. They're saying we need factories literally churning out abortions at this stage. Crying there's not enough abortions happening, basically. And obviously being something that's heavily pro-life myself, I disagree immensely about it. So in fairness, fair play to everybody who went out and protested, because we do need to kind of look at literally, because we're giving out about there's not enough people in the country to do jobs, etc., why we're aborting so many children who could grow up to be something great, etc. And we're just basically committing a sin and killing so many children. Yes, let's put it that way. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, that it's disgraceful that this man. Because again, the Irish people were told it'd be where it wouldn't be every day, it wouldn't be every 10 seconds as soon as the child. We were told all that, and 10% doesn't say it. That's where. Nobody would tell you that's where. Let's put it that way. It's not good enough basically for this country to be doing that kind of carry on. To be totally honest, it's not good enough, and it does need to change. And I'm not saying we won the whole world, but it needs to be aware of it. It can't be just if you have a night out, etc. You can have abortion the next morning. That shouldn't be the case. As simple as that, and that's what I believe. Not even an opinion. I think it's morally right that we don't do this to children that are in the room, etc., kill children in the room. It's not morally right. And not even that it's opinion, etc. It's generally, in my opinion, in my view, it is really a crime in my view. If this carries on, these kind of things, especially the amount of children that's been aborted. Because again, I could go on for hours about it, but I'm sure people know my view, and I've said it many times. But yeah. It's a gift to have a child, to be able to have a child, and to throw that away, and to commit really a sin in a way. It's really my opinion. I know there's different circumstances, etc. I get that, and I've talked about it before many times. But this doesn't mean that you should be just having them nilly dilly, basically. That's my view on it, anyway. Because it's sad to see that many children being killed. In my opinion, I know people disagree with me. That's democracy, but I've always had that strong opinion on it. So, and I'm never really going to change it. To be totally honest. Netherlands short there, just qualified. Netherlands here. This Netherlands. You think I'm supporting the Netherlands? No. I know the Netherlands are in some European Cup thing. I'm not supporting the Netherlands. You're in the Netherlands. Let me see. Sorry, give me a moment. I don't know about the Gaudi facilitating it. Now, on Garda Síochána O'Connor, to be totally honest, I don't know what they do with the drugs they seize. But to be totally honest, in my opinion, I think nearly on Garda Síochána O'Connor, I don't have any proof of this, but nearly on Garda Síochána O'Connor are giving the drugs back to the drug dealers. They're sending them back to the drug dealers after the season from other drug dealers. In my view, that's nearly what on Garda Síochána O'Connor are doing. Now, on Garda Síochána O'Connor, speaking of Garda Síochána O'Connor, speaking of the boys in blue, Holland falls to Turkey. Oh, yeah, Turkey's in it. Yeah, Portugal was knocked out, and I seen a bit of that last night. So on God, be bong, bing bing bong, bing bong, bing bing bong. So this is the biggest laugh. Everybody in Cavan's laughing at this. So just to say, the Gardaí in Cavan have been laughed at for coming out with this statement. Speaking of Sinn O'Connor. So Gardaí in Cavan now giving out. There's loads of counterfeit, apparently €50 notes going around. And 200 and 500 notes going around. So on God, the Sinn O'Connor are having a fit over it in Cavan. And as many people in Cavan are pointing out to the guards, there's something wrong here because a Cavan man is not going to spend €50 on like a 200 euro and a €50 note. No Cavan man's going to go out and spend that money. Let's put it that way. Nobody's going to spend that much. They'll spend €1 and that'll be it. They're not going to go out and spend this. They must think Cavan people spend money. Like, what does the Gardaí in Cavan think we are? Made of money? Do they think we're made of money? Because everybody's literally ratioing on God Sinn O'Connor for this, to be done, because this is fake news. Yeah, maybe it's true, but no, where's the money come from? No person in Cavan has money. We don't have money. No money. So yeah, again, this is just happening every day of the week. I'm sure you probably heard it on the news. But this is Sinn O'Connor. To be totally honest, the Gardaí are nearly the biggest, as most McCabe said, the biggest criminal gang in the state. So community service for Garda Sergeant. Again, this is the Sergeant. This is not only Grunt on Garda Sinn O'Connor. This is a Garda Sergeant. So he's 880 hours of community service for assault and then perfected the course of justice. So as you can see here, you see all this happen. Yeah, so you can see this here on God Sinn O'Connor. Like, literally nearly criminal gang, to be totally honest. But this is literally every day of the week you look up any news site in Ireland. This guard has been convicted of corruption. Same with the border security, the guards. Many of them are just letting the asylum seekers in. They're getting a few bob slided to them under the desk. So Sinn O'Connor are nearly the biggest criminal gang in the States. More of them nearly have criminal convictions. But see, the thing about Garda Sinn O'Connor, I do think, because again, a lot of cocaine goes missing, etc., etc. I do think on Garda Sinn O'Connor, a lot of them are on cocaine, etc., etc. They're taking the cocaine off the drug dealers and using themselves. To be totally honest. Because we all know the kind of like the OIC nowadays, the what do we the OIC, that coked up, the what do we live today is the OIC, to be totally honest. That's, in my opinion, that's really what they're going to do nowadays. They're too high on coke, etc., etc. They're too high wanting to be the OIC. So that's what I think. Because it's just every day of the week you see these things. Everybody's too busy talking about football. Peggle. Well, not the whole country's high on cocaine, but definitely on Garda Sinn O'Connor Joe, them are high on cocaine. And not even that. Dáil Éireann's supposed to be, well, man. Like, Dáil, they were saying about, like, they're supposed to be, they should be doing drug tests in the Dáil too, because to be totally honest, they're all kind of fucking, to be totally honest, there's something wrong with them in the Dáil. The two-legged rat, like, sorry, there's two-legged rats going around the Dáil. Like, even the mainstream media are making it. Hello, Gordon. How are we doing? Yeah, like even the mainstream media are admitting it. Like even the government's propaganda machine are admitting it. Like this article from back in February, there's no doubt drugs have been used in Let's the House. And the fact of the matter, they're not doing random drug tests. They probably should be doing random drug tests of members of the Oireachtas. Because I say they are, because let's be fair, the majority of them probably are on drugs. Because they know they'll never be like the main. Like again, you think the media be say crying out, saying we're having drug tests and all that, but they're not. So you think they'd be saying we need to have drug tests, etc., etc. But not a hope of them saying that. They're just like, we have to trust our politicians, basically. That's more or less what they're saying, which goes well because they all seem to be fucking. There's definitely something wrong with them. Well, the FBI is another crowd of fucking show of bollockses. To be totally honest, all the state agencies in this country are pile of bollockses. The FBI, the fucking the shit called the justice system, the judges, the health system, all of them are kind of fucking bollocks. It's the best language to use. Awful gowls, as they would say in Limerick. Gowls. Now, I'm going to go on a bit of a rant here, so I hope you're looking forward to the next rant of the day. Are we looking forward to this? But yeah, no, but this is the thing. And again, going from when I was in Finland, and I was in the Finnish, I suppose, equivalent of the Dáil bow. Let's put it that way. And to put it lightly, it's a quite difference to probably the Irish Dáil bow. I haven't been in Dáil Éireann, but yeah, I had a drink. We had drink. It's up and eat there in the restaurant, I suppose, in the Finnish Parliament. They don't sell alcohol in the Finnish Parliament. They do in Dáil Éireann. They sell alcohol, etc. They don't sell it in Finland. It's only tea and coffee. Majority of them drink coffee anyway. They're all mad for coffee. But long story short, from what I seen 2 or 3 MPs, and they paid like I seen them literally paying on the spot. Like they don't do credit. Over here, the TDs can walk into the doorbell and they don't have to pay a penny. It's reduced rights and stuff like that. But a few years ago, the Irish taxpayer had to flip the bill for TDs not paying their tab. Basically, that's what they would call it. So we had to pay 2 million or so for them not paying their tab. Basically, for the TDs not paying it because they wouldn't. They said put it on the tab and they never paid it. So it wouldn't happen over in Finland. Let's put it that way. For them not paying the tab because they have to pay on the spot, you know, which is a lot better, obviously, compared to the carry on that happens in Dáil Éireann. Because we did have to pay 2.5 million or something a few years ago because the TDs didn't pay for their lunches and they didn't pay for their dinner, even though the prices are reduced. Say, for example, I walk into a shop now and buy a Lucas, say 2 something, right? They only have to pay 1 something. So they get a reduced price because they're poor. They can't afford it. It's desperate as a TD. You get 100,000 euro a year, and you get everything for the cheap. A pipe, say for example, knowing the Irish Joe had to pay 5 something, they get it for probably less than €2. Which is very good. Again, I guess who has to flip the bill for that? Guess who has to flip the bill? Isn't it great? We have to flip the bill for them because they can't afford it. It's desperate times to be a TD in the door. But long story short, you wouldn't get off with it in Finland. To be sure answer. Because I show you evidence in a second why you wouldn't get off with it. I show you evidence now. Give me a second. Give me a second, I'm just looking for. Good evening. Good evening. Good afternoon. What was it? Give me a second. I'm looking for evidence here. Let me see. I'm just trying to find this. Give me a second. Uh, yeah, so what the evidence here? Like, take for example, like you meet Leo Varadkar or Simon Howes pays for his breakfast and his dinner in the morning. You mean to tell me that? So when Sanna Marin was prime minister during her period as prime minister, in the prime minister's residence, so even though it was completely illegal, for her and her husband at the time and her child, uh, uh, the well, how would I put it? There's a standards commission, I suppose, in the Finnish government. Like this isn't the prime minister's own residence, etc. So it was about €350 a week or something like that. And basically there was a huge uproar within the Finnish government about it at the time. And you mean to tell me, Fianna, like you mean to tell me if I went to Simon Harris now in the morning and said the Irish taxpayer won't pay for his breakfast and his dinner, you mean to tell me he's going to say, yeah, I agree? So basically, she had to pay back the €14,000 in breakfast things, even though it was completely legal. That's what I'm trying to say. Even though it was 100% legal, it's in the prime minister's residence, and this is over too. This is over the years she's been prime minister, etc., etc. Which is very good compared to imagine how much it is in with Leo Varadkar. It must be in the hundreds of thousands for just breakfast alone for Leo Varadkar and his boyfriend. Like you mean to tell me Leo Varadkar hasn't spent fucking €3 billion on breakfast in the morning? So, but love to see Leo Varadkar's and Simon Harris's. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't think to go with not paying for your tab in the doorbell or something like that. It makes no sense. Um, but yeah, no, no, so. But yeah, no, because they get it too handy over here. That's the problem with the doll and the shan. They get it far too handy, in terms of luxury, etc., etc. Uh, you know, um, it's funny that it was in one. Like somebody was mentioning this to me the other day that I was in the Finnish Parliament before I ever was in Dáil Éireann or Shannon Éireann. Like I visited, in my own country. It's pretty funny. But again, as I would say to them, and I say to everybody else, that why would I want to go up and see the biggest crooks in the country in Dáil Éireann and Shannon Éireann? Why would you want to go up to Dáil and Shannon Éireann to see the biggest crooks? Like you rather go to prison and look at the prisoners than see the people in the Shannon and the Dáil. Like you wouldn't want to be in that rat fest, because generally Let's the House is full of rats too. The rats attract the rats apparently. So, which is true. There's loads of rats supposed to be in Dáil Éireann and Shannon Éireann. Like there's two-legged rats and there's four-legged rats. So they all just are rats in it. And I'm not joking you on that. There actually is rats supposed to be in the loft of Let's the House, because Let's the House is older than it's hundreds of years old, 300 or 400 years. So Yeah, well, the Wats attract the Wats. Let's put that way. Like the TDs are Wats, and the Wats want to go to them because, like, I'm not joking. You. Like, it actually is a big thing. And still to this day, I think it is. Can this fucking thing move? Thank you. Excuse my language. Yeah, Darlaren, fucking piss off, Irish Mail. Like, wonder why nobody reads your articles. Numerous times in the past year, and this is only not out apparently, because there's that many Wats. So, you can see the Wats attract the Wats. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. The Wats attract Wats. State of what hat? Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me, Tony. We might have to write you down for hate speech. I have to ring the Ministry of Truth. But there was actually an interesting discussion I had in Finland too about hate speech, etc., etc. Come to think of it, they have a program in schools, and I probably talk about in the video, but I think it's a lot better than if you do bring in the hate speech bill. It's a lot better, and I suppose it's to do with what's judging what's real, etc., etc. online, and I suppose it moves into misinformation too, etc. etc. Like you judge yourself. Like you read the articles yourself, etc. The government shouldn't be telling you what you can say and how you can do it. You look into it yourself. You review the evidence of what's been said, etc., etc. And I think that's important. Fact checking, I suppose, yourself. What is true and what is fake, etc., etc. Because it's not really shouldn't be up to the government, and I think that's the way it should be really here. To be honest, but those who said that'd be better than hate speech, period. Because that's what they do in Finnish schools, to teach children how to think for themselves and to judge articles and different things to see on their lives themselves. Yeah, they all attract themselves. Yeah, the Wats, the Wats attract the Wats. But no, it is actually true. Like it is true. It's comical, but it's true. The Wats want to see the big old Wats. Like there's two-legged Wats in the doll. It's the only place in the world you can find two-legged Wats, which I believe it's a rare breed. But no, it is funny now, and I will say this: it is funny that I haven't been in Darlow or Shallow. It could be worse. Like, you know, it could be worse. It could be sitting here with my champagne, like a champagne socialist or something like that. I could be here like fucking Michael D. Higgins talking my nonsense. You know, with me champagne saying about, oh, I'm for the working class, etc., etc. But I'm in a big house in Oaks and Luke. You know, the workers unite, etc., etc. Blue ink, no, it's black ink. The other one I use for writing down is blue. What lives matter? No. Oh yeah, the schools. Yeah, well, you have seen nothing yet. What? I can't even see that. New Lucas says I can't see the other one. Oh, Doughty. No, I don't know. I haven't really noticed much difference to be honest. But the town had no Lucas said. In Finland, I had to go all the time with Fanta. That's what they had. They didn't have anything else but Fanta. That was all they had. Like in Finland, you know where you go into an Irish shop, you have Lucas said, you have Seven Up, you have this, you have Fanta, you have Pepsi, you have this, that, you know, you have monster drinks, etc., etc. In Finland, there was only about 4 or 5 different drinks. That's all there was at the drink places in the shops. So I was just full up with Fanta. So everybody like that's usually the same way with me. Everybody just starts screaming. It's so hard to keep up. I'll tell you something fierce. It's so hard to keep up, and everybody's streaming. Like I have to be in. Like I see it all the time, every night. Like as I speak, there's 3 or 4 people I watch that are streaming, and it's impossible to try and keep up with everything. It's just far too much to keep up with. Like I don't know, and it just happens all at once. And it's not even that. You should see my watch later list. Like it literally is nearly 500 videos or so I have to watch still over the year because I keep just putting them in and never get through about 2 or 3 a day, maybe. And then, you know, it just keeps piling on. How much is a haircut in cavan? Yeah, a haircut in cavan is €15. So, and then along with shave, I'm going to get that done this coming Thursday. Yeah, €15. So yeah. In Sweden, yeah. But Sweden might have a different selection, I suppose. The Green Party, aye. Eamon Ryan doesn't like the look of it. He thinks you should be drinking fucking green stew, whatever. What do you call that? Like the green liquid or whatever you call them, whatever you smoothie drinks. You get leaves and you smooth them all together or something like that. You put them in a blender and whatever they call them, whatever you call them. You know the thing. Yeah, wheat, whatever you call it. You know, you put them in the blender and the blend, etc., etc. No, not snort. No, not snort. But you know them fucking people that's obsessed with fucking body and stuff like that, the body and the weight and exercise, and they drink fucking green stew, whatever you call it, the green. You know. Let me see. Where is Greta Thunberg when you're at her? What do you call this? This fucking yoke. Greta Thunberg's not a woman when you want them. Fucking Greta. This thing, whatever you call this, wheatgrass. Did somebody say that? Probably didn't. It was, yeah, that's the green bit. Sorry. I didn't know what you call it. Yeah, wheatgrass. This kind of thing that's made out of fucking this. If the Eamon Ryan got his way, you have crickets in this, you have maggots, you would have the whole shebang in it. So you won't nothing be happy, basically. You would have a few maggots, etc., etc. Because that's what's going to be in the few years' time. There'll be no such thing as you having this nice milkshake or into that. You just have this, and you have a few maggots and all that, and you'd be happy. You won't nothing, but you'd be happy. It's a green face. I didn't know what you called that. Green face is white, but that. Movement drone. Oh no. Like nobody over here knows what the movements are. It's a big thing in Japan. It's not a big thing in the West and England or Ireland, or probably in the United States too. Like people think you're talking about cows. Like generally, people would think you're talking about cows because over here, when we were younger, etc., we called cows moo-moos, and there are moo-moos in Finland. There aren't moo-moos in missions, but no. But generally, people in Cavan would think because when I was younger, my granny and stuff like would have said, "There's the moo-moos, etc." Like the cows in the field. And people are not like you talk about cows. There's cows, and you're talking about there's loads of moo-moos in Finland. There's moo-moo teddies and stuff like that. They think you're talking about fucking cows in the field. It's pretty funny, but the other moo-moos. Pig game. You watch the moo-moos, yeah. For sure. Yeah, I wouldn't be into it, the video, to put it lightly. Like some people in Finland would drink, and I've seen them. See, they're obsessed with health and stuff like that over there, and walking out and stuff. So it's great to see. Move on to just what I briefly just talk about it. Like, yeah, people wouldn't know what the cow is, but so it's great to see a Cavan woman doing well. So Leona Maguire, as you know, she's from the Ballycon area where Sean Quinn was from, up that way. The Sleeve Rusher, she trained in the Sleeve Rusher in Ballycon, and that's where she grew up golfing, etc., etc. So it's great to see her doing very, very well. It's great to see her winning all these titles, etc. Doing her county proud. Just wanted to mention that. Sean Quinn would be a proud man too, because Sean Quinn is coming back. He's coming back, boys. He's getting the Festus to buy the Steve Forster back in Ballyconnor. So he'll be back as a multi-million business there sooner or later. Let me see. Oh. You happy now? The only reason why I don't put him down because there's too much there. And if I got a smaller one, I would move that one and put that one. So yeah, in a few minutes, I'm going to go off on a few things. So I hope you're ready for a long essay. Oh, no, it's Saturday night, yeah. Saturday night when I was young. Piccoli. Sorry about give me a second, sorry. I'm trying to find something. If I had a brain, I would be dangerous. And I'm telling you something, if I had a brain, I genuinely would be dangerous. Also, I have a story to tell you. I probably put a video up on it, but it'll explain a lot more. I should probably tell you now. No, I tell you the story. Not tell you now because it take a whole long time. But it's to do with the thing from the Prime Minister's office that time for the Finnish Prime Minister. But I explained it all in the video, basically. It's an interesting story to it. Because I found out a bit more since. We put on this song for a second. Fucking bats and that. Excuse me. I fucking ishka on. Right. This is Witchy Cavan.
Saturday night when we were small. Where there were grey whole time. Saturday night when I was small. Saturday night was the best nights of all. Starting the jelly, steeping the peas. We all had our own jobs as busy as bees. My job was polishing shoes nice and bright. My sister would iron the shorts so white. The baby was sleeping as white as a mouse. And Radio Ayrton was playing Kelly House.
Yeah, it's Saturday night. Yeah, I often listen to that. When I was young, Saturday night was the best night of all. So in the jelly. It's actually good crack. Just actually speaking about it, there's actually good crack at the Monty Malone Bar there at night time. There's actually a lot of fun happening. There's a band playing one night. I should have probably finished it. I will do it next time for them.
Saturday night when I was small. Saturday night was the best nights of all. Starting the jelly and steeping the peas.
Yeah, like I just thought about it there. Like I mentioned many times to the people from the Social Democrats about crack. I don't know that they understand what I'm saying about crack. Because I actually didn't think, because I mentioned there was one American there and I said about crack. It's good crack. Like just thinking about it, I probably shouldn't have used them words because I was thinking in my head about what should I say. Because I didn't want to be too Irish. Going on talking shite. But it was like, yeah, crack to people. And they didn't say anything to me. But I just thinking about it now, I don't know the tick I was actually on crack. But it's funny. Because a lot of people did generally take Irish people more happy than Finnish people too. So it's funny. Like, no, actually, because they wouldn't use that kind of phrase in Finland.
we don't set the roads right down there on our knee.
No, just thinking about it, but again, lucky was so a lot of the time. I think it said it to the Social Democrats, so they probably were not happy. No, they probably were happy enough. But if I said it to the only Finn on the street, they'd generally think that I was a bit loony. I was watching the Looney Tunes too much. No, because I did generally use that word a few times, along with some other Irish phrases, and it was a bit. I suppose a bit in Finland wouldn't get it. Again, as I said in the video, the other day, but do make sure to watch it. I talk about a lot of it. But a lot of people from Finland said Ireland should be the happiest country in the world, because Irish people are very happy, very jolly, etc., etc. Like that was said to me many times. Like it was generally said to me many times, especially because I was happy and I was joking with them, etc., etc. Even though a lot of Finnish people, they don't say anything till you talk to them, basically. So they're not that open, but when you get to know them, they're nice and open, etc. It's just when they first meet you, they don't really know what to say to you. And having school, when in school they don't generally teach you about, this and they don't teach you, but they teach you about this city's here, this is this mountain. Except they don't teach you much about culture. But I do say you ever have a chance and go to Newfoundland, because there's supposed to be a lot of Irish in Newfoundland, like Irish community kind of thing. Someday I will head to Newfoundland just to see that in Canada. We'll go to see Justin Trudeau. Hopefully Justin Trudeau won't be there when I'm there. So, but yeah, long story short, are we ready for the big argument of the night? The biggest political question of the night. Are we ready for this? I will do a video talking about the Finnish. It'd be too much to go into it. I'd probably go into it at some stage, because it would have to go into it for a few hours. Are we ready for the big discussion? Big discussion. Which... There we are. So, unfortunate news. Now, obviously, Sanna Marin is doing her book, which she's writing. It's supposed to be writing a book herself, which is great. It's supposed to come out, I don't know, soon enough. But there was supposed to be somebody else writing, like an author. But the way some people, like not journalists, but authors and stuff like that, write books by different people. Obviously, with Sanna Marin's help, etc., etc. But unfortunately, that's been cancelled. But apparently, Sanna Marin herself is writing one, like an autobiography, apparently, but I don't know. But this is another one that was supposed to be. So very upset about this. Now to try and say it's, I blame everybody. But yeah, so I'm going to go off on this next one. But so, like, this is just to put in perspective. A journalist sat down and wrote this article. As you see, people are not particularly happy with this journalist here, this so-called journalist that wrote this. So this is from Finnish. With a deep necklace, visible under or jacket, coat. Like, what is this? Like, what does this even mean? The deep necklace was visible. Like, this journalist is smoking crack. If there ever was a journalist smoking crack, this is it. Like, because like, what does this even mean? A necklace under the, like, this journalist, and she wrote it. This is a big article. Like, look at the size of this article. For her going to a concert. Like, look at this. Like, literally, this literally one writes a big article, like a huge article on it. Like over her going to a music concert. This is the best part of it. Like, literally, see the size of this article. See the size of them carrots. Look at this, good prices. Look at this. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. This is good Finnish prices. 3 something or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So long story short, like literally, this is unnecessary. This journalist here, in fairness though, I don't think she has much to be doing. That's what I way, because she literally wrote up a big article. Like Santa Mao didn't even say anything, and she wrote up a huge big article about it, about going to this concert. Now she's saying a bit about so she done a shoot a few years ago with this necklace. So basically, this Joan. Well, I don't know if she's crying, but basically, she was at a concert, but yeah, so she was. So they're crying that well, it's supposed in the media more, like they're having a fit. Basically, the Finnish media, particularly. If the thing would fucking play, that'd be great. But they're having a fit over if this having a fit over like saying this is the pulpit for Prime Minister dressed like this. That's what a lot of them are saying. Uh, like so it's a big discussion with them. So I don't know what was. No, she wasn't bad, madam, but she was reporting on her going to a music concert with her friends and writing up a big article about it. Like literally seeing the sides out. Literally only she didn't even speak at the concert or anything. She literally just went down to the concert with her friends, and she wasn't saying anything bad, but literally she wrote a big article about this. Like a big, huge article about it. Like literally a big, huge article. Like as many people said too. Like she was on about her necklace, etc., etc., and the way she was dressed. I suppose too, she was criticizing the way she was dressed, like the open top here on her necklace. She was criticizing the way that, and I suppose other people online too were saying this is the appropriate for a former prime minister to go around like that, which I think she just should wear whatever she wants. The same as other people, they should just wear whatever they want. Like who cares? We don't know. Like generally, who cares? Like you wonder what's wrong with these journalists nowadays. Like no, but literally anything that Sanna Marin's in, basically, as one of the social democrats said to me over there, anything that has social like Sanna Marin in it in Finland is going to get loads of clicks, it's going to get loads of likes, regardless of what it is, it's going to get loads of likes, etc., etc. Yeah, but no, she generally did say Greenpeace. She did generally like this journalist, so-called journalist, was generally on about her necklace. Like it generally was right. She was too busy infatuated with her necklace for whatever reason. Like even it says in the article here, she kept going on about her necklace for whatever reason. A black shirt with a deep necklace poked out from underneath or some kind of jacket. Like it literally mentions the necklace about 6 or 7 times. I don't know what she has against necklaces. So I don't get it. I don't get you. Yeah. But yeah, so that's a so-called journalist that wrote up about 50 pages of it. So. Yeah, but the unfortunate thing is when I went there, as I say, she was in Italy and then she was in Germany. It was just kind of unfortunate time. Yeah. Because again, she's not an MP, so. Yeah, like she just seems to be obsessed. Like literally, she's mentioned if you look at the article from here, she's mentioned the necklace about 6 or 7 times. That's what I don't mean. Yeah. What was this thing? Do. Been enough Kraus Schwab. I don't think so. Not as probably as much as Leo or any of them. Go rounds. I wish. I don't know actually. I don't know much about her like the necklace. She often wore it. I've seen her often wore it at different occasions. So be totally honest, I couldn't tell you where she got the necklace or what's to do with. I presume it was given to her by some. So I don't know where it came from. If she wrote the book, you would know a bit more. I could tell you more. But she never really talked to them or parents, etc. etc. She generally never really talked to them. The only time really she's ever talked about was criticised once with the press. It's more or less took whatever the fuck I want. So pretty much. No, it's not even that it's clickbait. Like it is actually true. It's not like a fake thing. Like she was there and stuff like that. It's not like just clickbait. It's the fact that this journalist wrote a big article about it over nothing. Basically, it's not really clickbait. Well, I suppose this in the way you're right in saying that a bit, because as I said, anything with Sanna Marin gets clicks in Finland. If you would talk to the people I talked to over in the Social Democrats, you would understand it. Because anything with Sanna Marin gets clicks in Finland. Simple as that. Because she is generally the most popular person in the country in Finland, and the most well known, etc. So she's going to get clicks, on social media, and that's really all it's about. And this journalist literally wrote a big old fucking essay on it. That's the best part of it, like literally an essay. And I wouldn't mind if she said something or was talking to her. Like it's just about what she was wearing and what she was doing, like going to a concert. But in fairness, she asked somebody for a comment, the journalist that was there, and they didn't even know she was there. That's the best part of it. She blended it so well to the background, they didn't even know she was there. So. Yeah, somebody was saying something about a great white shark somewhere off the Irish coast. Could be, possibly, because it has happened a few times before. Like, it can happen from time to time. Now, obviously, 100% now in Finland there won't be any sharks because it's in the Baltic Sea now. There won't be any sharks really going around there, especially in the winter too. It wouldn't be too pleasant. But it does happen from time to time. Yeah, what I've gathered by a lot of people in Finland, a lot of people do have a lot of sympathy for, from more time as when the thing leaked, the video leaked and stuff like that. They do have a lot of sympathy for that because it was a lot on her. And then obviously the hardships with COVID, etc., when she was prime minister. And a lot of people do have a lot of admiration, particularly a lot of young people, because she rose so high very quickly. Like she was 20 when she joined politics, and she was 31 by the same time she became prime minister, which is a huge rise to be the youngest prime minister in the world. So it's kind of inspiration for a lot of young people in Finland, especially because she came from basically a very poor person. As I say, she only for the welfare state in Finland, she wouldn't have had anything. Basically, she had to work 2 jobs just to make ends meet when she was young. So I suppose a lot of people in Finland, if she could do it, anybody could do it. That's the way they kind of look at it. And particularly because she's pretty cool, she goes to what concerts, etc., and she's pretty laid back and relaxed more than any of the other leaders. Like Leo Varadkar's all like, "I'm Leo Varadkar," high and mighty and stuff like that. Like not high, she's not that high and mighty. She doesn't look down upon people. Basically, Leo Varadkar and them look down upon you on the street. Like Micheál Martin looks down upon Irish people, basically too, and the same with them as the spit on you, basically, if you're an Irish person. They'll take the up here, basically. They take the way up here. That's what Simon Harris and them take. Basically, what the way, because again, it was talked about a lot over there. A lot of people have a lot of time for. and a lot of sympathy for, particularly now. They didn't know how good they had it before the next crowd came in, the True Vince, etc., etc. You know. But to put in perspective, a lot of them like her because she worked very hard to get to where she was. And I think she had didn't have a good deal with COVID, and then with what happened in Ukraine, etc., etc. It wasn't easy as well. Yeah, but they generally do hate you. They do hate you. Leo and Simon, they do hate us. But they think they're above us, basically. Let's put that way. And they think they're high and mighty. As I said to you before, and I said it many times, I talked about it eventually. When I was in the Finnish Parliament, etc., etc. Like an MP, and I keep saying this, but if I was in Dáil, take for example, you mean to tell me some of the TDs would open the door for me? Like when I'm walking and let me walk in before the TD. You mean to tell me that would happen? I tell you for a fact, even the councillors here wouldn't let me do that. Like, wouldn't open the door for me to walk through first to let them in. So basically, the majority of the politicians in Finland are not really up here. They're down with the only Joe. They're not on high and mighty status, if that makes any sense. Because as I say, I'm still gobsmacked that an MP opened the door and let me walk before them. Like, literally opened the door for me and stood back and let me walk before them. Like, I'm gobsmacked in that. Because that wouldn't happen here. Like, you mean to tell me if that was me, Hall Mountain, or any of them, or only T. Willie O'Deed, you mean to tell me they wouldn't expect an Irish citizen to go and literally battle themselves to open the door for them, to let them go first? And you mean to tell me they would open the door for me and only Irish Joe, any Irish Joe? It's entirely different thing, because I'm generally gobsmacked. But I know I keep mentioning about it, but that was the penny has dropped in that moment, because and they're sure they could tell I was generally gobsmacked that happened. That the sitting MP of the Finnish Parliament opened the door for me to go through. You might stand the door of his too at the same time, but no. But I was generally gobsmacked by that. I was generally gobsmacked by it. Because a councillor here wouldn't do it. It's simple as that. Only councillor and cavan wouldn't do it. They would want to be high and mighty. I go in the door first, etc., etc. Like, they're all up in the head, basically. Like, a lot of them, I think the God's gift to the earth, basically. That's what a lot of them think. I would think, yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, it's incredibly rare. It can happen, but it can happen from time to time. It is incredibly rare. But obviously it can happen, because the Atlantic Ocean's a big, huge ocean. They can come this way at some point. Yeah, but no, but it was insane. Especially because I wasn't even talking to him. Like, he was from the Swedish Democrats, something like that. The Swedish Christian Democrats. I showed you the picture. Like, I can't think of her name, but I'd see her face. Because I was generally gobsmacked, and I'm sure she knew I was gobsmacked, and the whole lot of them went me too. I was gobsmacked because I didn't know really what to say. Because I knew she was an MP, etc., etc. Because they told me who she was, etc., and introduced me then to her. She was like, "This is the member of the Finnish Parliament," and we just gobsmacked already. Didn't I? Generally, one stage in my life, I didn't know really what to say. It was literally an MP opened the door. Like, again, I'm sure if we all went up to Dáil now, they wouldn't open the door for us. The ushers might. But you mean to tell me a TD or an MP, like, a TD would open the door and say, you go first. You're the guest, you go first. Like, it was very mesmerizing. I wish it was recording at the time, because generally my reaction would have been priceless to see it. Yeah, he goes to a lot of meetings, I hear. He goes to the different, a few places that we probably shouldn't mention, but, look for a few votes. But no, and they are well liked in Kerry now. I wouldn't want to go down to Kerry and say something bad about them, because you probably would end up being killed. No, but I talk about it eventually when I get to it. Like, the Helsinki Part 3 is coming out tomorrow. It's nothing to do with Parliament yet, but eventually when we get there, we'll talk about it. And there's a lot more I could say about it. There's lots of stories I could say, but generally that moment I was gobsmacked, to be totally honest. It's because I bet you any money if I went up to the Dáil now, you wouldn't get that. You genuinely wouldn't. But Gals or who it was, I don't think any of them would be because they'd be too up in the head. They'd be too up here, basically. They take the high and mighty, basically. Like you heard Michael Wing take, for example, he used to be the minister for the tiny towns. He said, I'm born into Fine Gael. They think they're that high and mighty that they deserve to be empowered. They deserve to be a minister. They deserve to be this. They deserve to be that. Because Michael Wing, the TD for Mayo, he said it before, I deserve to be a minister. I deserve to be in Fine Gael. I built Fine Gael and stuff like that. You hear the arrogance and stuff like that in them. I don't know specifically who you're on with the tennis player. She might do. Let me look now. Actually, what am I talking about? Give me a second. She'll have Google in front of me. But I have to say, like literally, just before I move on, just give me 2 seconds to make this point. Just because actually, when I'm just talking about it, when it popped into my head. So I made phone calls back to Ireland, take for example, from Finland, and would you believe the signal in Finland is better than ringing somebody in Ireland? I've rang people from here in Buttersbridge, in Cavan town, and sometimes they couldn't get through, etc., because of the signal. And in Helsinki to Ireland, it was like fucking. I was right beside the person. It was insane. It's not just that. It's not about manners. This is the thing. The point I'm making. This is the main point. They don't like, but maybe this is true. Finns, etc., might take the appeal. Is the fact of the matter they think they're on the same level, like they are on the same level as the common person. They don't take themselves as high up. That's the point they're making. And Dáil and Shannon, they think that the gods give to the earth, and they think they're unstoppable. Nobody can challenge them. Nobody can talk to them. But they seem to be on this, they're on the same level as you or me. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. That woman and along with a few others, they're on the same level. They're not above me. They don't deem us they're higher than you or me. That's the good thing. I think that's the main thing we should take out of it, because they're not in Dáil and they take the whoop here, and you and I are here. And they're on the same level. Let me see. Sorry, give me a second. Sorry, Greenface. We're not moving to Finland. No, we're not doing that. Because I don't fancy the winter, and I don't fancy moving to leaving this country. I can see some of the resemblance. Not necessarily, but not necessarily, maybe. But not necessarily. Maybe maybe. But I don't see it, no. Don't see it, like maybe you probably see it, but I don't see it that well. She's a lot younger than Santa anyway, she's 35. Yeah. But but the point I'm making is not that about friendliness. It's about on the same level, really. A good few of them. They don't think they're any higher. Like I say about Michael Wing there, he thinks he's entitled to be a minister. He thinks he's entitled to this. It's the same with Jacob Rees-Mogg and the Conservative Party, the original Rex Neil. He thinks he's that high up. He's above the common people. The same with the Tory Party in general and the Conservative Party. They thought they were given the whole right by God to govern for the rest of their lives. And to do whatever they wanted, without any consequences. And it's when you get power, you get over entitled. You get power. You don't know. It's overpowering basically, and you think you're high and mighty, and nobody can stop you. Basically, that's what happens when you get power. When you get a political office, you get too big of a head on you. Let's put it that way. And it does happen. I've seen people that are very modest people. And then when they get into power, though, he got the boot too. But again, he was very entitled. I remember him sneaking down to the House of Commons, like lying asleep when people asked him questions, going to sleep in the House of Commons, like just not caring, thinking he's entitled and stuff like that. And the same, he would say, "I'm entitled to this seat. I was born into this seat, etc., etc." That's what they would say. Because they think they're just entitled. The same with the majority of TDs here. They think they're entitled. They can stay there for the rest of their life and all that. They don't think they're accountable. That's the thing. They don't think they're accountable. And they're not with the common person. It's the same with Boris Johnson, etc. They all grew up in they all went to private school. etc., etc. The same with Meriden McDonald. Meriden McDonald went to a private school, and they say they're with the common person. You know, they understand the common person. You know. Yeah, he's fabulously wealthy, but it's the fact of the matter that he thinks he's entitled, because the way he behaves and the way he conducts himself. Like, you mean to tell me he would open the door for me if I was there in the House of Commons, like, for example, tomorrow, if it's in the net? You mean to tell me if he was still an MP, do you mean to tell me he wouldn't walk in in front of me or push me out of the way to get in? Because he kind of has that big head on him that he thinks he's God's gift, that he's, you know, he's on a different level, compared to me as a peasant. You know, that's the way he would see it in his head. Same with the majority of the Tory party. Boris Johnson thinks we're all peasants. You know, Leningrad, yeah, that was during the Soviet Union. It's St. Petersburg now. Then it was Petrograd at one stage too. Isn't it Petrograd? It was Petrograd. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of the politicians think above everybody. And I suppose that's the main point of it. That I was very impressed by that bit. I know we keep going on, but I generally was very impressed by it. I'm sure people could tell by the way I'm talking, but I'm generally very impressed. Because, you know, but it's funny that I haven't been to Darlow and Shannon now, even though I had so many invitations to go to this and that, you know. But why would I go and see some crooks in Darlow? And if you don't know, but what would I go and see crooks? I would go and visit the prison. You know. Interesting process. What was I going to say? There was something else I was going to show. Also, yeah, give me a second. Poor Joe Biden's not doing too well. Joe Biden, wake up. Wake up, Joe. What was I going to say? So Joe Biden put, long story short, he said this. Like he said here this. I'm not even going to utter this, but you know, like he generally said this as president of the United States. I don't know what he was trying to say or what he was trying to incentivize by this. Just no. Just no. Screen's blank. Oh no. What's happening? I'm just lagging a bit. But basically, not a nice thing he said. To put it nicely. Am I missing anything? But no, it's the fact of the matter that they think they're entitled to be in government for the rest of their life. Hello, Naya. How are we keeping? I say so because, like, you see Joe Biden in the debate. Uh, he generally doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what day of the week it is. It's a laughing stock, really, if he's president. Like, at least Donald Trump, in fairness to him, he knows where he is. He knows what day of the week it is. Um, like Joe Biden doesn't. And I think it's a lot more strong because he wants to try and bring peace with Russia and Ukraine. Joe Biden doesn't want that. So I do think the American people would probably want Trump back just to try and solve that out. So we see how that goes. But hopefully so it would be because Joe Biden's just incompetent. Like, you take Putin and China sees Joe Biden as a danger, as a threat, because America is supposed to be the arsenal of democracy, the most powerful country in the world. Like, everybody should be afraid of America, not to mess with America. But if you see Joe Biden, and he has, and this is the scary bit, just to remember, Naya, and to other people, that he has the briefcase with him at all stages, with the button to press all the nukes in the world. Just to say, and he doesn't even know what day of the week it is. So it's dangerous to have somebody like that in that position. It'd be different if he was only in some small job, right? But it's literally the leader of the free world. It's literally like America is the leader of the free world, is the beacon of democracy, is the leader of the world. To have somebody in that position, I wouldn't mind as president of Ireland. It's only a sentimental role, the Irish president, you have signed laws and etc. etc. It's not that big of a big deal, basically, compared to the president of the United States, where you're the leader of the free world, and everything you do has consequences for the whole world, basically. That's what I'm saying. So it's too much at stake for Joe Biden to be re-elected. But again, if the American people want it, then that's what it's going to be. That's democracy. But for everybody's sake, not even just for America's sake, it's for the rest of the world's sake. Because Joe Biden has never uttered that he wants to try and negotiate or wants to try and end, especially we see in Gaza at the moment. The United States should be saying to Israel, take for example, to stop immediately. We won't give you any more weapons. We want you to stop what you're doing in Gaza. But the United States are too afraid. Obviously, Israel has good say in the United States. And obviously, there's money going back and forth. But, take for example, the United States should have the power to tell Israel and any country in the world to shut the fuck up and sit down and not do anything. But it's the fact of the matter that even Israel and other countries are ignoring Joe Biden and basically pushing them one side and doing whatever they want. You need somebody that has a bit of guts and bits of backbone, etc., etc. Who'll be the next Irish president? I don't know. It's a long time since the presidency, to the presidential elections. But I say, I don't actually know. Yeah, a funny feeling it could be our good friend Bertie O'Hearn. We told him a good friend Bertie. He won the money on the horses. I have a funny feeling because he always said he was going to go for the presidency. So I presume he's going to put his hat into the ring and go for the presidency. That's what I presume. I say the Irish people because again, the thing you have to understand about Bertie O'Hearn. It's not the young people don't like him. I don't like him. Other young people don't like him. It's the elderly people. Elderly people have loads of time for Bertie. Like my granny, etc., etc., had all the praise for Bertie. The older people like Bertie for some reason. Because they were good to the elderly people. In fairness, it wasn't good to everybody else. He was a bit of a crook, but he was good to the elderly people. Yeah, but but the parish presidency is not much of a job. Basically, you don't do much. Basically, you're only the head of state. You do ceremonial things. You don't really do much compared to the president of the United States. You're the most powerful person in the world, to be totally honest. Like the Irish presidency is just the same. The houses, the Oireachtas have the majority of the power. The Dáil and the Shannon. The president basically only signs off on the legislations and bears to the house through the houses, the Oireachtas, make sure the constitutional, etc. It's a spokesman for the country. That's basically it. It's not much of a role, basically. You're just kind of there. Be totally honest. Like you don't do much, basically. You just kind of sit up in the Phoenix Park and do nothing, basically. It's different in every country is different. Like in Finland, take for example the presidency, they sign off on foreign policy, what they do in foreign policy. Over here, the president has no power, basically, no political power. The Sharks. Yeah, I know Britain's new probably denounced, but they have to work together because you have to remember the United Kingdom and the United States. The United Kingdom needs the United States, and the same with the United States needs the United Kingdom. They need each other basically because they're the biggest nearly exporters for the two countries. Apart from Ireland, the United States probably would nearly be Britain's biggest trading partner now. You know, like they need the United States basically. They need to work together basically. So you know, because again, you have to remember the British military, particularly what the British military is looking at, because the United Kingdom's military in the last few years is nearly a military of a third world country. It's not the strong military it used to be years ago. Excuse me. So the United Kingdom needs the United States, in that regard too, because the United Kingdom's military now is it's very not powerful basically. So they need the United States of America too. To help them out, both of them, I suppose, in a way. So it's in Britain's benefit to kind of work with the United States, regardless of who is leading it. Oh yeah, with Jaws is a bit terrifying at the same time. A big huge shark. I was at the aquarium actually. I was at an aquarium in Finland. I don't know if people seen the photos I put up. There was sharks there, but I probably didn't take photos of it. I don't know if people remember. It was on the community post. It'll be eventually up on YouTube. Now tomorrow it's Helsinki part 3. Whenever that comes out tomorrow, I don't know what time, but it's going to be good because it was on the Ferris wheel, etc., etc. See you on the place. Yeah, well, everybody just takes our resources. We're just kind of giving them everything. What colours do I like? I like blue. I like white. The cavan colours. I like them kind of colours. To be totally, I like other colours too. There's like many colours I like. The only kind of colour I don't like, to be totally, I don't really like yellow that much. That's the one thing I don't like is yellow. I don't like colour. I don't mind any other colour, but I don't like yellow. To be totally honest. Now, I've seen a shark. The first time I actually ever seen a shark was in the aquarium in Finland. That's the first time I seen. There was a hammerhead shark there. There was other sharks there. That's the first time I ever seen a shark when I was there. And I seen stingrays and other things. There was a dolphin in one of them too. So basically, I seen the whole shebang. I didn't take much videos and stuff there. And stuff. I was too busy kind of looking at it. I took a few photos. Yeah, well, no, this was the big, huge aquarium kind of thing. It was a big, huge aquarium. Where would it be? It's not on my other. It has to be on my other phone. Let me see. I'm trying to find it. Let me see. I'm just trying to get it. I didn't take that many photos of it, but it was quite dear to get in for 2 tickets to this place it was in the amusement park up there, just outside the city. For 2 tickets was 20 something euro to get it. Actually, no, yeah, it was 28 euro something to get in. So it was quite expensive just to get in and stuff like that. But see, if I ever go back there again, I will. Or if I ever go anywhere else again, I video a bit more what I'm doing, etc., etc. See, I should have a chest mount or something like that because it's awkward to hold a phone or anything, or even just other stuff. It'd be better if I had my body camera. Would have been far better to record what was going around, what was on. But see, then you have to be respectful because again, the border guards, as soon as I turned up in Helsinki, they could have been like, "Fuck off, we don't want you here," if they wanted to, because it's their country at the end of the day. They didn't have to let me in; they didn't want to. But at the end of the day, you have to be respectful because again, people in Finland don't like people going around fucking with phones stuck in their hands, shouting around the place. They don't want that. They don't like that. They rather you use your inside voice and not shout around the place, etc., etc. They don't like that. They're very reserved people. They don't like you jumping around, etc., etc. So that's the way they kind of go on over there. Like literally on the streets too, just to say you could literally hear dead silence when there's no tourists around. When you're in a Finnish neighborhood, it's just dead silence everywhere. Like not a word been uttered anywhere. Yeah, like I'm not talking that serious. I could even get serious, but no, it's not that serious politics. You should hear me some other times. Like I'm talking too, but see, like I'm just trying to find the photos. I didn't take that many now. To be told, I only took a few. I don't know if you can even see that. There's a big fish there. I think it's a catfish or something. Again, I should have probably took more photos and stuff like that, but I didn't. You see, it was just that fucking up in the head of things. See, there's jellyfish, or what do you call it? Small jellyfish. There's a stingray. I have a good photo of a stingray. I got a photo. See, the sharks were moving too quickly, and I couldn't get the photos of them. So that's the stingray there. See, they were going too quickly. They were moving around like too quick. There was a big fucking yellowfish. I didn't know what that was. So that was about it. I didn't get any others. There's crabs and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I didn't get any with the others. But see, unless I was doing a video, I probably should have videoed it instead of. But see, if I ever do go anywhere else again, I video stuff instead of taking photos. See, because that's the least annoying, for people in Finland, in my opinion. Just taking a photo and putting your phone away, compared to when you're going around this video and everything. Because I seen it myself. There was American tourists there. Literally, I show you, just literally like going, like literally like this, just going like this, like going into the fucking thing, like literally. Say for example, this thing is something like this is a historical landmark. This cushion, which it should be, that like they literally just have the head stuck into the fucking thing. Like generally they do. Like that's what was going on over there with the tourists. And the people of Finland don't want that. They don't like that kind of carry on. Which you're literally putting your head into literally the person's asshole to get the photo. They don't want that. So I didn't go over the top and doing them things. That's why there's more photos than there is videos. Yeah. I try and look up the website so I can get the photos, like other photos. We have a few other photos. So I don't know if you can see this. It might be bad to see it. It's probably quite bad to see, but this is not my photos now. But you can see that's the big yellow fish there and stuff. There's them kind of. There was all different types of fish like them. Like it isn't a hammerhead, I can tell you that. It was generally was because it was big, like it was like a hammer. And then there was this big lump of fish, whatever this was. It's like something out of River Monsters. Like there's generally every kind of fish there. The jellyfish we've seen. Fucking bastard. Yeah, these are not my photos. There were these kind of worms, whatever they were. Then there's red kind of fish. These are people's photos on the thing. And then there was this yolk. There's a seahorse yolk. There's the stingray. That's one of the stingrays. Yeah, that's the photo nearly I got. It was just there. I'm just trying to say they're all the kind of same. See, nobody got a good photo of the sharks, unfortunately. See, they were moving too quick. They were going far too quick. They were kind of going 100 miles an hour. They wouldn't kind of, standing still. There was an octopus and stuff like that there too. There's a good. There's like these are only sharks, but there was hammerhead sharks there. You can see them there. I seen them kind of ones too. Don't know what you would call them ones, but they were flying on top. They were going just like the speed of sound, basically just around. Like, there was them ones, and then there was other kind of ones. Up my fuck. I'll try and get the picture of them because there was hammerhead sharks. You could see, like you could tell straight away it was. And I should have probably got a photo, but you could kind of go in, like there's a metal kind of thing. You can go in and you can look around, not into the fucking thing, but you get what I'm saying. See, I probably should have took if I ever do go to one of these things again, I'll video it instead of photo. They only have 4 photos of it. Just trying to particularly look for the sharks. You were on about sharks. That's a catfish. Yeah, that's a catfish there, I think. Crab and stuff. Fucking bastard. I wouldn't mind if I wasn't looking for it, I find it. See, I think the reason why, because it's hard to get a picture of it. Like, I'm sure the other one, the people that was there, got it hard to get pictures of them too. Because they were just going like 900 miles an hour. See, that's the thing about fish. They don't stay still. They just keep swimming. I think they said there's 350 something kind of different types of fish and different types of animals, which is quite a lot, something like that. Oh, it's not that they're huge, because they're going that fast. Like, them sharks were going 100 miles an hour just around the place. Like, they don't go slow, basically. The same with the other fish, they were going fast. It was quite fast. I wouldn't mind if I didn't look for the to be there. But the generally was, because I could tell by looking at them were hammerhead sharks. Like, there was sharks there, because you've seen them there. Like, whatever you call the only sharks. There's an octopus and stuff like that, there. And sorry if I'm missing anything, just I'm kind of briefly looking up. And that a hammerhead there? No, that's not it. Well, shit. Geez, the one thing I'm looking for. Like, literally every other fish but the fucking shark. But it generally was there. Like, I'm not doubting. There's an only shark there. Went from pilots to top of fish. Yeah, we didn't. Interesting. Fucking hammerhead sharks. I wouldn't mind if I wasn't looking for it on the fucking photos. They'd be all over the fucking place. Fuck these fucking hammerhead sharks. The bastard thing. The who and bastard thing. Is that it there? No, that's a whale. A small whale, whatever you call it. Pig gilly. Oh my god. Just give me the fucking picture of the hammerhead shark. Jesus Christ. I'm actually going to have a fit. Oh my god, there's literally no picture of it at all. Like, it's put pictures of other sharks, but who cares about the shark? My god. I didn't know that then. Unfortunately, there's no video, there's no photo of it. It seems to be the same problem as I had. They were going far too fucking fast. There's not many photos of sharks either. There's only 2 or 3. Like, there's not that many of them. Because, see, they were just going too fast, the sharks. Like, they were going around too fast. Pig. Oh! No, that's just the only shark. No, it's Shovel. Hollow one. Well, that's good. No, it's Jova. West is fallen. Let me see. I'll do a quick other search. Um, hmm. There is this photo of it here. No, actually, no. That's a different place. My mistake. Shit, there's not much good photos of it. Give me a second. Just trying to find some good fucking photo of it. Peggle. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, guys, I can't find it. But the generally was there was other sharks and there was hammerhead ones, and then there was some others. I can't find it, unfortunately. So I don't know. See, I should have probably fitted it a bit more. Would have been better. Also, breaking news. I'm afraid my days of independency is over. I'm going to join a political party. Yes, you hold me right. Oh, shock. Nobody cares. Shock, how? Christmas party? Aye, Christmas party. Yeah, I'm going to join the Christmas party. It'd be like Boris Johnson having a Christmas party. I didn't know it was a party. You see now. Yeah, cool. No, I'm going to join the Santa Marin's National Liberation Front. So I'm off to that, lads. Sign me up. Sign me up for that. Off we go. We're off to make a new North Korea. Let's put that way. So that's the time off to join. Along with the Tony Blair Institute. I'm going to join the Tony Blair Institute. Of course, why wouldn't I not join the Tony Blair Institute? Off we go. I'm off we go. I'm packing my bags now as we speak. So I'm off. I'm only joking. I'm not joining. Don't worry. Why would I give up my independence? Why would you give up your Irish sovereignty? So, there you go. Get the news out. Send them out on the National Liberation Front. Oh. And also the Tony Blair Institute. Our good friend Tony Blair has given us a few bob to join. So very thank you, Tony Blair. Tony Blair did nothing wrong. He didn't have to go into Iraq or into that. Weapons of mass destruction, the usual. People, did you genuinely think I was serious there for a second? That I was joining some political party? I think people for a second probably did think I was serious. Dun, 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 dun. So here's an interesting thing, actually, just going back to the Conservative elections and the UK elections. So in 2019, the Conservative Party got 13 million votes, right? Nearly 14 million votes, which is an awful lot of votes, right? And they got 365 seats in the House of Commons. In 2014, they got 6.8 million votes and only 112 seats. So isn't that a quite difference? Like that is generally a huge difference, just to put it in perspective. No, no, the money calls. I'm only joking. I'm not. Of course, he's friends with Tony Blair. Yeah, Tony Blair's won the whole show. Don't you know? Tony Blair was the man behind behind the strings. You know. It'd be a funny headline if I did join the Tony Blair Institute. Far-right agitator joins the Tony Blair Institute. Tony Blair wouldn't let me in. That's why he wouldn't let me in. Let me in. He wouldn't let me in. So, very sad. Because I might ask him, where is the weapons of mass destruction? And, they don't want that. Did you find the weapons of mass destruction yet? Miller. Peggy. Why is everything dying? Also, apparently to the latest poll, just to say, Sinn Féin is not bossing. Sinn Féin has asked a lot of support. Tony Blair. Now, nobody likes Tony Blair anymore, unfortunately. Yeah, see, no, it's all about who gets the top job. They're all bickering among themselves. The same in Irish politics. It's the same with TDs. Like, a lot of them would have stood up for against the EU Migration Pact, but they're too busy losing their seat and a chance of getting a ministerial office. It's all just greed and it's all just ego. That's really all it is. Nearly the same as any political party. That's why it's better to be on your own, because you can't get anywhere else. You're on your own. You can't get up to, say, if I joined Sinn Féin now in the morning. Now, before it's ended, I wouldn't join Sinn Féin even got €1 million. But say even if it did, if I was the TD, take for example, I would have to become, the leader of Sinn Féin, or deputy leader. You'd always want to get higher and stuff like that. Your ego, you get your high head, etc., etc. You always want more, basically. So it's better to be independent, because you never, when you get what you want, you don't want more because you can't get any more because you're on your own, which is better off. Island. Yeah, I know that it's dead and buried. I know why he said it. Yeah, basically letting everybody in. But again, they spent hundreds of billions. Not hundreds of millions, hundreds of millions. on the Rwanda scheme, and one person went, and he went volunteer. They paid him £7,000 to go on the plane voluntarily. Like it's insane. But it goes to say the Conservative government too, they took far too long in trying to get it up and going. Hello, Kieran, how are you doing? Like it took far too long for them to get up and go. They were too busy, too long talking about it. For years they were talking about doing this Rwanda scheme. And there was no action on it. That's what I'm saying. So the Conservative Party themselves to blame too, and they never really done anything really about immigration. But at least it's a bit better than if Reform UK got in, because Reform UK was going to send them all to Ireland. Yeah, good police. But nowadays, we don't agree with backwards looking at EU sovereignty. The European Union will do it for us, as Emil Hammar would say. But I'll tell you one thing. I don't know about any other country, but Finland, you won't walk in too easily, because as I say, as soon as I got off the plane, there must have been about fucking 30 border guards. Like literally, as soon as I got off the plane at Helsinki, you could tell straight away they were very serious on security, because there was about 30 guards with heavily armed machine guns, like submachine guns. There, the border guards in Finland. And the same when I went up to show my passports with border guards each side of me, with heavily armed, And the same when I went outside to the heavily armed police, etc. Like they're very serious on the border stuff in Finland. So I don't know, would you get in there without a passport? Hello, Assassin. Hello to your mother too. Hope you're well. It's long time since I've seen you. Hope all's well. Hope you're having a good Saturday so far. But it's quite insane compared to Dublin, because you wouldn't see one anywhere to be found. But you can tell they take the border seriously. Because I wouldn't want to see if you were going through the Russian Finnish border. Because there must be tons. If there's 60 border guards at the airport, I wouldn't want to see how much is on the border. It'd probably be insane stuff. That's great. That's good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, nobody can say it, but look, as long as you know we're talking to you, It'd be different now if somebody else came in, Gordon came in, then we'd be in trouble. Snowman. Oh, that's a penguin. What this yoke? What yoke? Which yoke? What yoke are you talking about? Yoke. That yoke. Which one? You talking about this one? That one? Which one? Are you talking about this behind me, either? No, but what I was trying to say too, if Reform UK got in, their solution was to send everybody to Ireland. That's what Reform UK basically said. Instead of sending them to Britain, we send them to Ireland. No, you mean this yoke? The penguin, he's cute. I keep going that way. This way. I thought you were done with this. Some people could say that's a snowman, because it's white and stuff like that. Imagine Teddy's dream. Look into his eyes. Look into my eyes. Yeah. Imagine somebody was asleep and just woke up and seen that. Yeah. Also, guess how much this cost? I sit here and have a wake. Guess how much? Because there was a bigger movement than this. There was a big, huge one I could have got. That's just a penguin, yeah. That one's a penguin. A bit less. Go a small bit less. Excuse me. So it was €35, which I don't think is that bad. But I should have just got the bigger one. There was a big one, €4. Jesus, what do you think? It's made out of fucking cotton. You won't get anything for €4 in Finland. Ice cream is fucking €5 something. So you won't get this for €4. If an ice cream's 5 something, you won't get that. No, it was €35. They stole my money. Excuse me. But imagine if I paid for the big one. The big one was €60, so it was about a bit more like that. 60 would have been €60. So it was only 35. This was only 35. 35. 35 euro. Sit there. I'm officially trolling. Very good. But see, you probably could have got them cheaper. But I went. There's in Helsinki. There's a few Moomin shops, special Moomin shops, to buy your Moomins in. There's ones at the airport too to buy Moomins. But I didn't buy the Moomin in the airport. I went to a shop to buy a Moomin, and I bought my editor Davey, not editor, but somebody I know, Davey, a Moomin too. New meaning, yeah. Who could have thought we got rid of the British and then we took up buses? No, it's sorry, excuse me. Fight. For a second, didn't know where that pen was going. Didn't know where I was going. No, that's in Logford, isn't it? Logford. No, it's in Logford. Yeah, no, that's in Logford. Let me just check. No, it's not here. It's not. It's in. Well, sorry, I had a fit. Sorry. I thought my the whole lot was gone there for then. Excuse my language. See, Loughnstown, where is that now? That's in Killarney. No, it's in Dublin, South Dublin. Jesus, you think we're in South Dublin. No, it's in Dublin. It's in Dublin. Dublin. It's not in Cavan. I was thinking that because I never heard of it in my life. No, I did. Well, I tell a lie. I did hear of it in my life. But it's not in Cavan. With pen, yeah. No, it's okay. It didn't blow up. But it was because I hit the computer, and I thought the computer was broken. See, if it was that pen, that pen's a ton. If I threw that out the window now, it would break the window. Like these pens here, where's it on? But these pens are made for me, so they're heavy. They're heavy pens compared to this one. This is only a light pen. But these ones are heavy. That if you just funk that on the computer screens, it would break. Yeah, it's no. There's none in Cavan. I would have heard of it. Yeah, Duke Mean Fandican was here during the election in Cavan. He was out and about in Cavan. I didn't come across him, but he was here. He had an accident or something on the way out of Cavan or something. I can't remember exactly. Somebody went into the back of them or something, or somebody brake checked them or something. I can't remember. Jesus, you have more art supplies than the bishop. Don't know why the bishop would art supplies, but okay. He's West Putin. Oh no. Yeah, I wouldn't have been too far. I wouldn't have given him my number one. Let's put that way. But sure, look at whatever the Irish people want. Give me a second. Yeah, I know. Oh, you mean in Cavan, the place? You mean Loughlin House? Is that what you're talking about? The open prison in out that way in Ballyconnor, Black Lion up that way. There's an open prison in Cavan called Loughlin House. Is that what you're talking about? Are you getting confused with Loughlin House? Also, some breaking news. But yeah. So this is the common Prime Minister of Finland and stuff like that. So this basically looks like your parents, basically, on a night out. This is the leader of the true Finns here, this Cretan. It looks very odd compared to this one. As people are pointing out here in Finland, this is more based than this one. It looks more fun than this one. Like they look like they're putting on a fake spire more than that. Just to put it in respect, I know this is causing a big store now in Finland at the moment. That's what's happening. That's what's happening in Finland. Not like in Ireland, where literally everybody's giving a fuck about everything. Yeah, they don't have any sense. Yeah, they don't have any sense. It's 2 years at the minimum. Yeah, they don't have any sense. Yeah, you're right in that. Yeah. Yeah, like they look very out of place compared to the other photo. Like they look like they're putting on a fake spy or stuff like that. They're like they're only doing this. The only reason why they're doing this is because they know Santa. People want to see Santa at festivals because she was at one yesterday, and the big storm over that. The big huge storm over that, as we see earlier on, people literally, looking at it and stuff like that. Compared to that, like they look very out of place, like they do, and nobody cares, because the only reason why they're doing it because, as I said about the article earlier on, people are taking notice, but there's no Santa be at parties and stuff. Everybody agrees, but everybody agrees the Santa Mountains one in the comments here. Everybody in the motto here agrees with it. Like literally everybody in the comments literally agrees with it, saying the Santa Mountains one is better than the other ones because they look like very out of place. They look like they're just not. They don't know where they are. Irish citizen, no. Oh yeah, the Finnish government. In fairness, the one thing they have done good. Listen to this. Listen to this one. The Finnish government, in fairness to the true Finns, I know we give them a lot of shit, etc., etc., and the Conservative Party, but they actually done something good along with the Social Democrats. They supported it. They're bringing in the law to make citizenship in Finland more harder to get. So basically, you would have to be there for longer to get citizenship, which I agree with. Over here, we're giving them out like hotcakes. We're just giving them to everybody who wants them. You have to be nearly 9 years now in Finland before you can get if you can claim your citizenship, and you have to have a clean record, criminal record. So basically, if I wanted to go over now and get Finnish citizenship or whatever, you have to be 9 years in Finland to get it. And that doesn't mean you're going to get it. You have to meet other criteria. You have to have no criminal record, no violent past, etc., etc. You won't get it. So over here, I don't know how long it is. How long is it to get citizenship here? Probably 5 minutes. In Finland now it's 8 years or 9 years before you can claim citizenship. So you have to be there for quite a long time before you get citizenship. Which should be the case because again, you being the citizen of a country, you shouldn't just be handed it. Basically, you have to be there for a good while before you can claim it. It should be the same here. There's no reason why it shouldn't be the same here. Yeah, but do anybody know how long it takes here to become a citizen? So say if I landed here in the morning, I know they just get handed it straight away. But say if I came from a civilized country like the United States or something, how long would it take? Like, not saying for people that are claiming to be asylum seekers or anything that. Yeah, I know, but with this law now, it's going to be difficult because, again, as I say, when I was in Finland, the majority of people I met was Finnish people. 95% is literally Finnish people. There's nobody to be found apart from the taxi drivers. There weren't really Finnish citizens. There was nobody else to be found. I met a few Ukrainians, but that was better. There's nobody from Algeria or Georgia turning up in Finland. Let's put it that way. Because there's no such thing as that. I don't think they would tolerate it. To be totally honest. Yeah, like in Finland, that's just is the minimum now, 8-9 years. That's how long I think. That's the passed into law, and you need to have a criminal record and stuff like that. Which I think is a lot better because people have just turned up here and got citizenship. Yeah. But yeah, no, what I'm trying to say is I don't think many people claim asylum in Finland. Because I say they're looking into who they are and etc. etc. Because going by just looking at the airport, they're very serious on security. They're not messing around. That's what I compared to an owl, and they don't care. you know, like you can tell they're very serious. So. Also, breaking news: apparently Greta Thunberg has been detained by the Dutch police. What a shock! Like literally everywhere this poor woman goes, she gets detained. Shock, horror. This is a disgrace. This is scandalism. Scandalism. Oh, look at this. Like they literally have a parade in front of the cameras. Like look at this. Like look at this. Like this was a real arrest to be banging her into the fucking van. Like look at this. They're holding her there for to be taking photos of. Like look at it. They didn't even put the handcuffs on her. Like this is a joke now. Everywhere she goes, this woman gets arrested. Like look at this. Like you think they'd be throwing her on into the back of the van. Like there's literally stood there. Like it really is a big publicity stunt because let's be fair, if you're getting arrested this amount of times, you probably shouldn't get off with it. Yeah, look at this. And I wouldn't mind, but as soon as she gets down the road, she'd be let out. Like, look at this. Like, if that was like, if you generally done something wrong, let's put it this way, and they wouldn't stand holding you there. If you generally done something wrong, would you not think the police would try and put handcuffs on you first? And not even that, would you not think they'll fuck you into the back of the van as quick as humanly possible? They wouldn't hold you there. Let's put it that way. Basically, it is generally all for show. I don't know about the one in Helsinki now because they generally were pretty rough with them. People were complaining about how rough they were. They generally were a bit rough for them, to be very honest. Compared to that, because they literally nearly pushed her into the fan at one stage. So I don't know what's all for show or what was it. Yeah, but I don't know about I don't know because there is a problem. Like one of the protests recently, the Extinction Rebellion in Finland. One of the police officers there hit one of the protesters with an iron bar or something like that. They had an iron bar with a flagpole, and he yanked it off and hit it on the head with it or something. So they're not messing really around with them. I don't think. But this is the thing. Why is she not going to China? This is the thing. The one place that she should go. Like, why is she going to the Netherlands, Finland? Like, particularly Finland. Listen to this for a second. Why is she going to Finland? Like, that's what I need to understand. What about everybody Ireland and the next one said? But why is she going to a country that has the cleanest water in the world, the cleanest air in the world? One of the least polluted countries in the world, just to say, has more trees than any country in the world. Like what? Why is she going there? Like she's saying about the environment being threatened, etc., etc. And the majority of people in Finland walk or cycle to work, etc., etc. So why is she in a country that basically isn't ticking all her boxes? I know that sounds pretty wrong, but in theory she's ticking all the boxes. But why is she not going to China? China and India are the biggest polluters in the world, just to say. And there's no such thing as her going over there, and because that's where she should be probably protesting, because they're the people that need to be told. Or even going to the Chinese embassy in Helsinki or in the Netherlands, would she not go there and protest outside the Chinese embassy? Or the Iranian embassy or the Indian embassy? I don't know whether they'd be very tolerant of it. Let's put it that way. Well, I don't know about base, but they wouldn't listen to it. Let's put it that way. They wouldn't listen. I don't know about base, because at the end of the day, she is entitled to protest, the same as everybody else. She have a democratic right regardless of where they are. But it's the fact of the matter, it's very hypocritical. She's saying about, we want to do something here. Like, say, for example, in Finland, like, I don't really know what to complain about. Maybe they complain a bit here about tough being cut, etc., etc. But, at the end of the day, as I say, it's the cleanest air and the cleanest water in the world, etc. It's the least polluted country in the world. Like, what do you really have to complain about, in Finland, if you're talking about climate and the environment? And they've been recycling, the recycling thing they have here, the bottle thing. For literally nearly 30 years, they've been doing that in Finland. So, really, what are they complaining about? That's what I want to know. I understand maybe if they're quiet here about it, but but the Green Party not doing too well. Yeah, that's what that way. The Green Party in Finland are doing well enough, but not so much. Not so much in Ireland. Yeah, but there's ways of dealing with it. But again, at the end of the day, as I keep saying, regardless if we turn Irish society backwards, bend over backwards to try and do everything, at the end of the day, this is the thing. It's not going to make a hit of difference. What's Ireland going to do if China's polluting, say, 80% of the world, or in India? Both of them together have over 50% of the world's pollution, just to say. So they're two countries in Asia. Ireland's only a country of 5 million people, right? And China has billions. India has billions of people. So what's Ireland going to do? If Ireland literally turns itself backwards, basically, into we have to go with a fucking like the Flintstones, and literally be like the Flintstones, have a car like the Flintstones with just moving your feet. At the end of the day, what would that do? Make a difference? It won't make any difference at all to the world. It's simple as that. Because it'll be barely about 0.something%. Oh, dare you. Yeah, no, like I'm just saying, like in India too, in some places they have to go with masks on because they can't even breathe the air. And we're over here saying that Ireland's the problem. A few cows farting in the field is the problem. You get what I'm saying. I'm sure you get where I'm coming from. If we're ever going to do something about the environment, because obviously that shouldn't be the way it is in India. That people can't even walk the streets uh, without having a mask on because the pollution's that bad. No city should be like that, of course. But at the end of the day, as I say, why should Ireland bend over backwards in getting rid of all the cows, killing all the cows, for example, eating bugs, and China and India just keep pumping stuff out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It make no difference basically. So you get my point. Unless all the countries do it together, maybe. Yeah, cow farts. So Imran Wine is the worst of the whole lot of them, if you don't know what I'm saying. Like the one about congestion charges in Dublin. They want to bring that in. Now, they do have them in Helsinki. But see, the thing about in Helsinki is, and this is the 200 IQ, they actually have an underground, etc., etc. They have a metro system and stuff. You don't really need a cow in Helsinki because it's good public transport. And it's a lot more quiet on the streets without having traffic. There's just no more traffic, taxis and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. The big bites need to change first. Because at the end of the day, what are we going to do? Ireland's not going to do much. We're only 5 million people. There's 2 billion people in India and China. And the majority of countries that pollute the world are in India and China. And they're not going to, you think the Chinese government are going to bend over backwards and lose all the money in the world because again, all the majority of stuff that is produced in the world, plastic and stuff like that, is produced in China and India on the cheap. Any Nike products and stuff are made in China, etc., etc. Because nobody wants to pay the price of paying a person here in Ireland or in the Western world. Because people would want a good, decent wage. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, in India and China, yeah. Like, as I say, I don't see Dublin there. I don't see Helsinki there. I don't see any of the Western world being there. It's all in China. It's all in India. You know yourself. But you look at any products you buy, plastic products, they're all made in China. Because the only reason why, and this is the problem that the West did a few years ago, back after the Chinese Civil War, etc., etc. We done it on the cheap. We were too fucking miserable to pay people here in Ireland and England and other countries. We wanted to get people to do things on the cheap, work on cheap labor for cheap labor in China and India. And unfortunately, all the big companies, all the big tech platforms, etc., have all the microchips, etc., made in China. Because they only have to pay people fucking tuppence. They give them tuppence. Over in the Western democracies, over here, people would have to get a proper wage. People get paid fucking tuppence. Young children are slave labored to make stuff, etc., etc. It's not acceptable. And again, it's the Western democracies' fault. China wouldn't be as successful if the Western democracies didn't put money into it, because literally the Western democracies are to blame for China being so powerful in the modern world. If we didn't invest in them back then to get cheap stuff, they wouldn't be as powerful as they are today. But this is the thing about communism. In any country, it doesn't work. Eventually, communism will collapse. They thought the Soviet Union would go on for years, hundreds of years. Eventually, things will collapse. That's what I'm saying. Even in China, would happen. It's the question of when. That's what it is. What time is it now? It's 11:30. Yeah. Yeah, China, like you see them investing in Africa, etc., etc. Like they are suddenly, because again, China is a big economic powerhouse, which there wouldn't have been if the United States didn't invest in them. Because see, the problem with even Nike and other places, all the expensive clothes that people wear are made over in China because they don't pay them anything, and there's huge amount of money being given to China, etc., etc. It's the same with all these masks, etc., etc. All made in China and stuff. And there's huge amount of money given to China, and that's all going to the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party. So at the end of the day, the people to blame for China being such a big powerhouse now is the Western democracies, because people got too afraid to pay people here to do the work, and we wanted to outsource it on the cheap, which shouldn't have been never the case. And see, the problem with the Western democracies back then, we wanted to try and be cushy with China and stuff. Obviously, that didn't work, but back then, that's what they wanted to do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it is quite bad. Like, no city in the world should be, that polluted, the same as some cities in India and China. I'm sure you would agree it's not good for people's health. Because literally in some parts of them, they can't even go anywhere without having a mask on, etc., because it's that bad. Because the amount of smoke being pumped out of plastic being burned, etc., etc., it's quite bad. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we outsourced all that. Years ago, Ireland could have been self-sufficient. We had to be self. We didn't really export to, like, nothing really came in. Nowadays, everything has to come into the country. We can't make anything ourselves. It has to come in from a third world country. Because this is the problem. This is the same thing even in the civil service and the councils at the moment here in Cavan and across Ireland. We don't want to pay people. Simple as that. We don't want to pay people. That's the problem. That's the exact problem. It's the same in Ireland. They don't want to take people when they retire. People on the council, take for example, when they retire, there's nobody to replace them. They just don't want to pay people to do it. That's as simple as that. And the same, that's why they're bringing all these foreign people in, because they work for nothing. They work for little to nothing. And Irish people want a decent wage. And these people that are coming in are willing to work for literally tuppence a week. That's the thing too. Oh yeah, but this is the thing about communism. Communism will eventually spread. So China is a kind of a problem. Because communism does spread, and it can happen. And China particularly, they want to. The main reason of communism is to spread the revolution. That's really what it's about. So I do think China is a bit of a problem, because we already see them eyeing up the Philippines, etc., etc. They're eyeing up some islands in the Philippines, etc., etc. So they are trying to expand. The way they are, they're not like, communism is not your friend, basically. That's what they always want more, basically. Like, I think China, would be totally honest, is the biggest needy threat in the world, more than Russia. Because again, the Western democracy pump too much money into China. That's the way I see it. And obviously, your EU birth weights, we see in China no problem with birth weights, etc., etc. But you're not allowed to talk about the reasons behind it, of course, here. Oh, Shilava, Awalia. Oh, Shilava, Awalia. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, long story. Oh, shall we watch Kamala Harris's speech? We all watch Kamala Harris. Piggly. No, but see, the thing is the opposite here. There is a lot of people, like, there's not enough plumbers here, etc., etc. Because, see, there's no money really in plumbing, especially when you're a self employed person. I know a lot of people who are self employed. Some of my uncles are self employed. And the government fucks them over. Over here, the government fucks them over. And nobody wants to do it because the government just takes so much money off you know. But see, this is the problem with the generation now, particularly in the Western world. People don't know how to do things with their hands, etc., etc. People don't know how to do it. It's the same with all this. Well, we probably will at some stage, yeah. We're planning to do one in August, but there doesn't seem to be. I don't think we're going to go ahead with it in August. We might see about even a bit later, but we see. Because there was a plan one for August, but I don't think we would do it. I don't think we would do it. I know. That's why we need. You know who they should have got for the one for President Santa? Santa would have been a great president to win in America. That's who they should have got more than anybody else. She beat Joe Biden. She beat Donald Trump. She beat the whole lot of them. She would trash the whole lot of them. She would send them back to the Stone Age. Oh, you were chatting to somebody in that, yeah. See, that's the craze nowadays. Tinder and stuff like that. That's what majority of people get meeting nowadays. But anyway, we probably will go with 12. Anyway, we won't stay much later than 12. Because I meant to actually go at 10:30, would you believe? And you just kept me here. Disgraceful. Disgraceful. Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to happen because the Supreme Court said they couldn't do it. So I don't think they could. But see, this is the thing. As one person said a while ago, the more older you get, the more so-called far right you get, basically. You know, that's what they say. Oh, well, we need to be going anyway tonight, so I can only put on relaxed music, unfortunately. We'll go for another 20 minutes anyway. I'm afraid now because copyright system on YouTube is a bitch. It's unfortunate because even though there's no money made from the stream and stuff, it's just a nuisance when they copyright strike it. They completely took down one of my videos one time for copyrighted music. They completely did. Like YouTube completely did. The bastards. Who's 12 kids? Oh, yeah. That was the norm over here years ago. Families would have 12 to 10 kids. That was the norm. Nowadays, it's only one or two at most. Like, that was the norm. My mother's family had 9 in the family. So, it's unheard of nowadays for that. Young as of age. Yeah, that was the norm years ago. You couldn't do it now. Imagine trying to have 9 kids now. Like having one is it's atrocious. Trying to pay for everything, trying to feed them and stuff. Imagine having 9. You couldn't afford it unless you had a really, really good job. You couldn't just generally afford it. Not even imagine if you had to walk and stuff like that. Childcare costs. Good God, it would be insane. And then putting them through school and college. So, you couldn't do it. You generally couldn't do it. It'd be in the hundreds. It'd be in millions. Bum, bum. Let me see. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier on. It's 10,000 last year. It's supposed to be 15,000 this year, which is a disgrace. Because again, what was said by the government at the time of the abortion referendum was that it was going to be a rare occurrence abortions. It wouldn't be going to happen every 10 days. So if 10,000 is a rare occurrence, then I don't know what they were smoking. And Sinn Féin and the Labour Party are crying there's not enough abortions. They're saying we need rapid abortions. We need factories that churn out abortions. That's literally what I'm hearing for the Labour Party. Yeah. Well, not like constantly. It's not that bad. Silence and stuff. So give me 2 minutes. So I'm just double checking something. No, but see, the thing about Buddha's Bridge is a lot of the ambulances, because there's no A&E in Monaghan. There's no accident. There's no accident emergency in Monaghan. So the majority of accidents have to come through, like the majority of ambulances would have to come through Buddha's Bridge to go to Cavan General Hospital, because there's no accident emergency in Monaghan. So anybody that's after falls in the middle of the night or anything like that, or bangs their head, has to come to Cavan. Because they can't go to Monaghan Hospital. So that's the only reason why there's so many sirens here. Which is a disgrace, because imagine years ago when they had less money in the country, there was actually a hospital in Monaghan, an A&E in Monaghan. Like, imagine that. Think about that for a second. And nowadays, in the 21st century, they can't have one. Sorry, give me a second, I have it done. Where the fuck is this? Sorry. Yeah, they won't find Halloween now. We tell you, answer. Sorry, I'm just checking something here now. Piggy. Actually, yeah, let me ask this question, Edward. Does anybody ever go to the cinema anymore? Like to any cinema? Years ago, people used to be going to the cinema all the time. Now nobody goes though. I think it's just all streaming services nowadays. Nobody's bothered to go to cinemas. That's what I take in it. Yes, frequently. Oh, do you? I never go alone. Well, that's interesting. A lot of people don't actually, because there was a poll I seen the other day on Twitter, must have been. And a lot of people say they only go once or twice a year nowadays. And a lot of people in the comments said they used to go years ago. Take for example, 10 years ago. They would have went maybe 30 to 40 times a year, 50 times, maybe 100 times in some cases. Now they only go on average 1 to 2 or 3 times a year, which is a quite a difference. Because I'm just saying this too, because in the UK at the moment, I think there's a lot of cinemas closing. So there's 100 or so cinemas closing. Out cinema in Galway, yeah. But we have an only kind of not too fancy, you know. No, good films, yeah. 2019, yeah. No, because a lot of people say they just say as they say they went 60 times or 50 times. Nowadays they would only go 3 times a year, which is a quite different. Like you think about it, if you went 60 times maybe 10 years ago, and take for example now, you only go say 3 or 4 times a year. It's a quite difference. Because I'm just going by there's 100 cinemas or so closed down in England. Going to happen soon because of nobody's going to any of them. See, it's all day streamings. That's what it is. Sorry, I missed what I was saying. 2016, geez, you don't go there. It must be well occasioned there. No? But no, I've been there. Do you remember Napoleon? It was in August or so last year. September, I think it was. That's the last time I was there. But then before that, I haven't been there in about 5-6 years. So the last time I was there was whenever Napoleon was, September, must have been. Apart from that, beforehand, it was a long time. Oh, it's not too far away from where you live, but that's understandable. I suppose in Cavan, if you live, say, fucking in Virginia or something like that, you have to come all the way up to Cavan town. Like in the city, I suppose is more flexible. No. Peggy. Tried to the time. Jesus, you're 19 now, Aaron only. Jesus, that's a long time ago. The older ones. GC's the classic game. But yeah, whenever City Skylines 2 come out, we're going to be fucking always on that. You'll be sick of me playing it, basically. That's when that comes out. I'm sure you'll probably be playing it when GTA 6 comes out. I'm sure you won't stay away from that. I think everybody will be hopping on the consoles when GTA 6 comes out. It is literally going to be the game of the decade. Like, nothing else is going to stop it. Let's put it that way. Because you just see the extreme hype of it. So it's just going to take off. Nico, my cousin. Let's go bowling. Anyway, we'll go for another few minutes anyway. We're going to 12 anyway. I didn't plan to be here at the 12, but you look at I'm here now. So yeah, the House Safety Part 3 will be out tomorrow. It's going to be very interesting. Now, the bit particularly with the Ferris wheel, it's great views. So make sure to give that a watch whenever it comes out tomorrow. It's going to be great views, particularly the Ferris wheel. It's like the London Eye. So. Can't see Aaron Only's comments. Which one? No, I can see nothing's been deleted. I can see them here. Maybe I'll just refresh. No, it should be fine. Nothing's happening. No, I can see them here. It might be just on your end, Green Face, because nothing's been deleted on there. Unless YouTube's up to their tricks. I know, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're getting confused. Yeah, you're getting confused probably with me. I just keep saying it. I don't probably shouldn't be saying it. You're getting confused, are you, Green Face? I thought they would disappear on you. Because it can happen. YouTube can trick around a bit. They might be tricking about. Yeah, I think you're getting confused with that. Yeah, okay, all good. Yeah, I thought they were tricking around in the comments. Bum 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 bum. All good in the hood. So, anything else anybody want to mention before we go, Trev? Anything anybody want to mention? Because now is the time to say. Yeah, go on. So I'm just watching this here. Yeah, go on. Go on now, Johnny. I'm gonna put the minion back. Oh, not the minion, it's fucking the Moon. You can go there for a minute. Go on, yeah. I should have said to people in Finland, you will regret if you don't watch Father Ted. Thank you. That's nice here. Thank you, Gordon. Yeah, I don't know how did you probably just came across us on the homepage and stuff like that. Oh, well, I try my best then. I don't say that I know it all now. Nobody can know it all. You know, you can't. Nobody can ever know everything. But I try my best. That's what I mean. Because nobody can know everything. And everybody has different views and stuff, so you can't always know everything. There's views people have said to me that I never would have thought about. But that's the good thing about democracy. You can hear people what they say, etc., etc. The problem of democracy if it's functional. That's the thing, because a lot of democracies don't function. We live in a society. Yes. I'm afraid no more. There'll be no tea tonight, unfortunately. Nobody questioned the elephant in the room. No one cares. Good old Lizzie. Should think is ending. Minion, yes. We changed the moo for Minion. Hope you're happy. For the last minute or two. For the last few minutes. Change it back. No, we're not changing it back now. So we're just about to go now in about less than a minute. Not a minute, but 3 to 4 minutes. Anyway. So it's not much point in changing it back now. Yeah, well, I'm afraid there's no shark. We have no shark teddies or anything here. Actually, but guess how much the shark teddies in the sea life and stuff. There were shark teddies and stuff, but more for children. Guess how much? Like for small ones, a bit small, like that one there. You see this one here? Like that one there. The elephant in the room is this here. Okay, that's what it is. That's the elephant in the room. And I still haven't explained the elephant in the room. I have to do a video. Like I recorded the video and edited it way back talking about it. Why this is here. I never uploaded it and things like that because I knew we'd probably get a lot of shit from it. So I don't know, but I probably would have to update it now if I was going to do it. But someday I will put a video explain the elephant in the room. Like quite literally, the elephant in the room has never been like the elephant. Like if they ever, with the way we use the immigration as the elephant in the room. Like, that's literally the elephant in the room. Like that. Then generally, like that literally takes the biscuit when you say the elephant in the room because it literally is just right there. Like you're not going to miss it. And then the thing behind me too. Nobody. Ever listen. But what did I tell you? I did tell you yesterday. I give that about it Wednesday, didn't I? I eat shark. I don't think they do that in Finland. They don't eat shark. But did I tell you there was a Mona Lisa? Yeah, I did tell you the other day. I told you that, didn't I? There's actually, I forgot to say, about Angry Birds in Finland? Yeah, they were made in Finland. There's an Angry Birds park, like we're literally Angry Birds kind of things, like for children and stuff like that. And there's Angry Birds benches and stuff. Like I went by it, I didn't video it or anything, but there literally is. There's such a thing in Helsinki. And there's a shop too. You can buy Nokios, like old phones, Nokia phones. They literally are ton weight, but literally you could literally go and smash it against the wall and still be perfect. Like Nokia phones are made something stronger. Like they generally couldn't really take a bullet for you. What was it saying? Oh, yeah, the elephant in the room. It's past your bedtime. Oh, brick phone. Yeah, well, all of them are very strong and heavy phones. All the Nokia phones are very strong and heavy. Nokia. What is this? Verify. What's this? What's this bullshit, Elon Musk? Never backflip of it. I don't intend to. I'm mountain. No. Oh dear. I think we need to leave it out tonight now. It's literally 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. I'm going to peek out the window. Let's put a peek out the nose of the neighbours. Ah, fuck the minion. Knocking the place. Indeed. Did they show? Yeah, it did show you about the Santa Lisa. They did show you. Ooh. Ooh, it's in the back flip. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there for tonight. Thank you for watching. Like baseball, now put the minion down. No, I'm going to hit him. No. Value cans, yeah. Well, here we'll leave it there tonight because we'll be on for literally now if we go any longer. So yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and again, the Helsinki Power 3 will be up tomorrow, so please give that a watch. We'll be back Wednesday, all going well. So I talk to you Wednesday. So we'll talk to you then. And again, the Helsinki Power 2 will be up, Power 3, so will be up tomorrow. So please do give that a watch. Because again, the Sky Wheel particularly bit is very good. So thank you.